Hello friends, welcome back. In our previous lesson, we added this page to create a post, to create new post and add it to the database. Alright, so what we are going to do, we are going to fetch the post from the database. But before we do that, let us add a couple of stories or posts to the database. So let's create new post. So what we do, we go to Google News and create this post. So for example, let's take this this story. Let's go. Let's add this stories. Let's these lines and header them. Okay, so add this one here. All right, and the category. Let's guess it's politics. Let me see it. Okay, let's guess the politics. So say politics. URL. Let me take this URL. Copy this and paste it here. That is this URL of the news. The author, what is this? CBS News. So CBS News. Category, a country. Okay, it's international. Yes. Okay, so we had a picture, images, one or two images. Let's go to desktop, images. Okay, let's take just one of this. Let's say two images here. All right, so let's press. So we see creating posts. So the post is being created. I think it's create now. Let's go see to database. So we have CBS News. Okay, so that story we have created. Let us add another story. Let's see, take this. Then take this one. Don't want to take the exact, just to try something, you know. So okay, put this one here. Press same politics like this. CNBC, VC, international test. Okay, let me take a few parentheses, a preview. Let me see this. Alright, copy it and paste it inside here. And let's see if I can take some pictures. Take this, open it, and create the story. Okay, story have been created. That is fast. And let's go. Okay, let me take some news from this. So let's go take this one for example. Let me close this down so that close this down. Let's take this. Let me go to Africa. Okay, take this. Okay, let me take this one. Say Mali. Copy this quick. And oh my God, add it here. Okay. All right. Politics. Yes, it's politics. And let me take this. Let's go back here. Add it here. RFI. Mali. This one. Yes. And let me take this paragraph. Don't have to take all the story. And then replace it with this. And oh my God, I forgot. Okay, so this story was created without image. I will create another one with image. Let's add this one there. Create with image. Say economy. Change the title. Let me just take out this line. Take this line. Okay, you just take this country. the different pictures. Let me take this one and this one. The two pictures are okay. This one I did there. Let me take another line, maybe this, to make it a title, and go here, replace this, press it. Let's say this is sports, the different country, the Chile, for example, this thing here. Okay, and all right, take different images. Let me take this. All right, let me post it there. Okay, so we have few posts, in our database. So what we need to do now is to fetch this post. So we will go to our API folder, go to posts, go to post API, and create another API to fetch story. So I say exports cons fetch post, which is be a sync. All right. So first we'll say cons post reference. So say ref equal to collection from Firebase Firestore. And so what we do, it takes first the database as the DB, and the collection that we want to query is the post collection. Okay. All right. So say cons post data is equal to, we have a function called get docs from Firebase docs. Okay. To get docs, that takes, okay, so what we want to get a post reference. So say post reference, if the post, yes, post reference that we have here. All right. So this is is a primary. So we add a weight. Okay. So this is what we have. So to return this, or to return some stories on post, we say cons post equal to post data dot docs dot map, for the map, say post, just like this. All right. So we say if post dot exists, which is a function, we want to return that post. Okay. So post dot data, if it return, we will return that post if it exists. Okay. If it does not exist, we want to return an empty array. All right. So at the end of this, we want to return this. Where is it? At the end of this loop, we want to return the post that we just created. All right. So what we'll do now, we go to our home page. Let's go to home page, home. Okay. So here, what we say use effects. We say use effect. First of all, let's create the states. We say cons post set post equal to use state empty array. What array we have here? Expect an argument or function call instead of expression. Where is it? 23. Return. All right. So that's what we're supposed to have. Okay. So we are going to use the use effects. Say use effects, which takes a callback. So here we'll say cons, say get post is equal to this. So we'll say data cons data equal to a weight fetch post from the API. Okay, fetch post. After we have done that, so we take this set post, and whatever we get there, say supply this. So after that, we call get post. okay, to get the post from the database. And so we need to add these dependencies. Okay, what dependency we have here is this set post, that is a dependency. So we add it here. All right, see, after that, for now, we console log the post and see what do we have. So when you go to home page, let's go to home page and see. Let's refresh and see in the console if you have okay, so we have an array here. We see array 7 elements. Okay, well, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 elements. It's a CBN. See this thing that we have here. CBN use 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 elements. So we have here the CBN element as well. So that means we are now able to fetch the post from the Firebase database. Okay, so in the next lesson, we are going to use this post to fill in, to replace the post dummy post that we're using. Okay, so that means our story will come from the database. So thank you. We continue in the next lesson. Thank you. Hello friends, welcome back. So we are able to fetch the post from the database. Okay, so what we need to do, we are going to use this post that we fetch from the database and replace them with the dummy post that we were using so far. So first of all, we need to, let's go see in this tab writers. We want to take the title from the database and fill in here in the tab writers. That's what we need to do. We have here using the dummy post. We are no longer going to use dummy post. So instead of this dummy post, we are going to use this post that we fetch from here, from this use states. Okay, so I will say sorry post title. Here we put posts. This post that we have here. Okay, and put to protect ourselves instead in case it is empty. So let's go remove this slice. So post. So this is what we return. All right. Now we go here. We run this conditionally, saying that if let's put parentheses, curly braces first. We'll say if post dot length is bigger than 0, then we should return this tab writer, this one. So cut and paste it here. If it is not, if that's not the case, then we should return this h2. Okay, so see loading titles dot. So if the post, there's no post for now to show the title, so we should have this line. Okay, if you want, you can start it. Okay, but for now we are going to send this and see what we have. So we go back, let us refresh this to see if this is working. Okay, so we see here loading titles. We can see the titles. So let's go and see and console log these titles to see if story title that we have here, if they are working. So story titles, we'll console log them here. Okay, now they are coming. You see this one, this is the story. The first one, the second one. Okay, so it is working. All right, it is working. The story, the title are coming from database. It's no longer from the dummy stories. So the same way we are going to, this slideshow will take these stories. Okay, it's no longer today's post that we're going to take. So let's take the post that we have here in our states. We have some posts here in our state, this post. So we say slideshow post equal to post. Okay, and let's go and refresh and see if the post will come from there. All right, so these are the posts from their database. This post that we just had it. See, okay, I don't know why this one is taking so long. Okay, I don't know why it's taking so long. Let me go see in the console what is the problem. The title is empty. Why you have it? So what page is now showing here? Yes, we are getting the data here, but we are not getting the title. First of all, the post should be the dependency. Okay, I don't know why that's the reason why. Okay, let's go see now. So we are getting the post here. We are getting also the title. Okay, so now it is all right. It's working. Okay, so what we need to do now also, we want to get the this categories. You see these categories. So what we go back to category. We have posts, components. Yes, components, posts, and post categories. So we have both categories here. We have used effect. So what we need to do, instead of taking all the posts, we are going to create an API that will fetch the posts according to the categories. But before that, we want this story to be sorted, to be sorted according to the create dates. That means we want to arrange them in a way that the latest post will be the first to appear. All right. So we are going back to our post API, and here in the middle here, say cons query equal to query from Firebase. So this query should take a collection first. So we have, let me see if it is imported. Okay, this collection is post-ref, and we'll take now here the query. So what we want to sort by, order by. So we say order by. Want to order by for what? We want to order by created at. And that is the feed by which we want to order it. And we want it to be descendant. So that means we'll start from the newest post to the latest. Okay, so what we have here, we'll take this query, we put it here. All right. So now we are creating or getting our posts according to, we are arranging or ordering our posts according to the created ads and created feeds of that is in our database. So let's go back and refresh it and see what we have. We have okay, let me change this. Should I take the same name so that we confuse? Okay, Q. Let's take Q now. Refresh. Okay, so we have these stories. So okay, so this is what we have. So now we have the newest stories showing first after the others. Okay, now after we have done this, now we want to get the posts according to their categories. So say export cons fetch posts per category. This will be a sync. All right, and here we enter the category as a parameter. Let's say the argument category. Okay, so we'll do like this. All right, so what we need to do, we have not this. Okay, after we do that, we say cons post ref is equal to collection. The collection take database, and we want to carry this collection, which is post. Okay, so say cons post query is equal to query from this query. So that take post ref. All right, and this time around we are going to use where, which is imported from Firebase, Firestore, where we put the condition here. Okay, so we'll say category, that is the feeds category, is equal, we take this, is equal to this category that we have in our parameter, is equal to this category. And after that, we want to order by the result that we have. We want to order it by this feed, which is created at, and we want it to be descendants. Okay, and we don't want to get all the we don't want to get all the stories from the database, but we want to limit. For here, let's take full, for example. We'll take full. All right. So this is our query here. Yeah. So we could now say const post data is equal to await get docs. All right. So we take this post query. All right. So after that done, we'll do the same thing that we have here. We'll say post data dot docs. So let's take this one. It's the same thing that we are going to do. So after we have fetched this post by category, we are going to loop over this post. We say post equal post data dot docs dot back post. If the post exists, we want to return it, this post, to push it, this the post data. If it does not, if there's no post, then we want to return an empty array. And at the end of this function, we want to, at the end of this loop, we want to return this post that we created here. Okay, so the same thing that we did the first over there. And now, since this is a sync function, we're going to use through a cache. So say through a cache, we'll take this or this function, all this thing, we have it here in the drawer. All right, if there's an error, we want to throw the error to the view over there. Okay, and we'll do the same thing here. Let's take all this thing. Okay, we cut it, say throw in cache. We'll put everything here, and here we throw the error. So throw this error. All right, go back. You see, it looks like limits are not being imported from database, Firebase, Firestore. So say limits, import limits also. All right, so okay, so but the problem here, we have this, we throw an error. So let's reload this. Before that, we have done here. Let's go to post category. Okay, now this use effect, we are going to call the post per fetch post per per category. So say const get post is equal async. All right, so say data is equal to await fetch post per category. We take this, that take an argument of category. So we use this category. We say category, okay, as the I call it the arguments. Okay, now after that, we want to say set post like usual, and we say data. Okay, this data which first of all it's a const, because if we don't do that, it will throw an error. Okay, it's already thrown an error here. So after that, then we call this this function, say get post. All right, so we have this category as the dependency. We also have set post as dependency. Okay, so when you go there now, we are no longer using dummy post here. So when you go there now, we see something that is not working correct. All right, so here you see we have problem here, nothing is showing. So when you go to the post, the console, so we have here, say in uncut in promise fire error, the query require an index. You can create it here. So that means that there's index that need to be created. And Firebase Firestore will help us to create this index. So what we need to do is to click on this link. All right. So the index will be created. Let's go first. What it would ask us to do. All right. So create the index. So this will take a couple of minutes before it's created. So when create it, we'll come back if the index is created. So let us I'm going to post the video after we come back. Thank you. Okay, the index are successfully be created. So let's go back now to Fish and try to reload this and to see what we have now. Alright, but we still have a problem here. You still have an issue here because we don't have the category, the post per category, you know, shown here. So let's go and see what is the problem is. So we have here post, the category is politics. And let's go and see in the data where we have the categories. Category, let me see. So here we have link, we have technology, we have business, sports, economy. See, we have small letters here, okay? Small letters. It is not a capital letter. Alright. So what we need to do, instead of these capital letters, we're going to take small letters. Politics, sports, economy, technology, small t, education, small e, society, small s. Let's go and see what we have there. The refresh it. Okay, you see. Now we have this post, politics. Okay. This is what sports, only one story that we have. Education, economy, we have only this two and one. Okay, 2, 1 and 2. And okay, so we don't have story from other categories. So we are now able to fetch the stories from the database according to their category. Okay, so we continue in the next lesson. Thank you. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous lesson, we fetched the posts, you know, per categories. Let's remove this console log. We don't need it now. But after we have got the post, we want to read this post. We want to have a single post. So to do that, we need to have this post per slug. But because what we have here in our API, we have posts. Okay, we fetch all the posts from the first function. The second function, we created an API to fetch the post according to the category, or let's say per category. Then we need to create a new function where we fetch one post. Okay, we fetch one post. Now this, it is not by ID, but by slug. Okay, remember what we want to get here when we press this link. We want to get the story here according to this slug that we have. For now, we don't have it because we don't have the function, the API. So we see, look at the console log, nothing, okay, nothing is appearing here. We don't have anything here. All right, so what we need to do now is to go here and create a new function. Say export cons fetch posts. It's only one post per slug. Okay, and this is a sync, and we take slug as an argument. So like this. So it's the same system here. We see cons post ref equal to collection. We take a database db in the post collection, because that is the collection we are querying. All right, and after that, what we see post data, post data is equal to query, what we get from database. Say post ref. All right, where the feeds slug, you know, we have a slug feeds in our database, where the slug is equal to the slug that we are going to pass, that we have here as the arguments. All right, so after that, we'll say post snapshot equal to a weight get doc docs, and we'll take the post data as usual. Okay, as we did that few times yet already. Now post data. So here now we have an array of post snapshot that contains only one element. Okay, It contains only one element because the slug is unique, or it should be unique. If we have two, we want to take only one. So when you say, we say cons post is equal to post snapshot docs. The docs that we have here, and we want to take only the first one. Okay, even if we have 10, but we want to take this story that has this slug. So we'll say if this post exists, then return it. Okay, so return post dot data. If it exists, we want to return it. We should return it. If not, we should return null. It means that the post does not exist. Okay, and we'll put this in the thrower in cache, paste everything here, and here we'll say we want to throw the error into the view. The view will receive that error. So we have created our fetch post per slug. So what we need to do now is to go to this, where is it? And we have post detail. Okay, post details. So in this post details, we have already post, and set post use state. We have the slug that we have from the use param, and we have also this use effects. But here we are using the dummy post, but we don't need the dummy post here. Okay, we want to go to database. So say get cons get post is equal to, let's say, a sync. The same thing that we are doing over there. All right, so say cons data is equal to, and wait, get post per, it's a fetch post per slug. Take this. So what is slug that we should have here? We have the slug here, so we'll pass this slug. Okay, all right, and then take this, press it here. So this data, and pass it here. Okay, so after that we call this function get post here. Now we have a slug as a dependency. We have set post as a dependency also. All right, so now we have the post from the database. Okay, so now we come here, post image, post body, but we don't have body, we have description. We have description. And so one again, let me see if, so this dummy post, we are not using it now. We are getting the post from the database, from Firebase Firestore. Okay, so I think it's okay. We'll see if there's an error, we come back. It's compiling, recompiling. Okay, so already we have this post. Okay, let's go back to home and take different posts. You see, let me take this. Okay, we have this post with the image here, and then we have this post with this, we have some HTML tag in this post. Okay, now, so this will be soft. Okay, this will be soft. This HTML tag is there just to format the stories. Okay, that is why it is there. But there's something we need to do to, to format it. But for now, that this is what we have. We are not able to fetch a story, perhaps the slug from the database. Okay, then what we need to have here is the similar post. Okay, so if you have an economical post here, we want this some economic post to appear here. Okay, so to do that, let's go back and create a component that we call similar post. So that will be in this component. In the component we have a post. Okay, so here we'll create a component in the file called a similar post.js. So come here, we'll say raf as usual, rafc. So we have this. Okay, so now what we want to get, we go to detail, post detail. We'll come here, we use effect. Let's go. So we just duplicate this. We'll say post category, post per s here, post per category. We'll say set post per category. Here we want empty, and we copy this down also, and so that we'll have a second use effect. So this time around, instead of the fetch post, let's go here, plural. So say fetch post per category. So fetch post per category. Okay, so it's category. So where do we take the category from? Remember that we have a post here already. So we'll say this post, if it is not null, we want it is category. Okay. So we call get post. Now it is no longer slug. It's the post as a dependency here. Okay. So it's not set post that we're going to use. We are going to use set post per category here. So it's a set post per category data, and also here set post per category as a dependency. Okay. So that's what we have. Okay. So we take this, we come here. Where is it? Similar post. After the title, come here. Say if they are posts per category, if this is true. Okay, let's one is the fragments. So post per category, which will map, which will take the curly braces again. So posts per category will map through over them, and we'll say posts. What do we have here? It's a div. It's this div, and we want to call this, let's say this category, this components post, no, similar post rather, similar post. Close this down. Okay, it's compiling. So let's go back there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 similar posts. Okay. So in our next lesson, we are going to, design this. So to fetch the real data instead of similar posts. So what we need to do, we are going to put real data here in the next lesson. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Welcome friends. In this video, we are going to fetch similar post detail. Okay, so let's go to post similar post. This will take a prop, which is posts. So let's remove this. Let's take a fragment here. So what we say, we open this curly braces. We say if post dot, first of all, let's get post dot map post. All right, we want to create this div. Class name, padding X to be 2, margin bottom to be 4, and the border bottom to be 2. So we want a border at the bottom, and the key should be what? The post dot slug. The slug should be the key. Okay. Within this, we want to have a link from React router done. Okay, in this link we have 2 as usual. 2, let's take with a backtick, say posts that we have here, slug. Okay, we have done this several times, and in the link, the first thing that we want to bring is the image, and the source of the image should be post dot images, because one post can have more than one image. So, and want the first one. Okay, class name, let's say w full, and the age, the height will also be full. All right, and after this div, after this image, we want h3. Okay, class name, font bold. Okay, font bold. Here we have also title. So after the title, we want another div here. In this div, say div, let's say big at this. So the class name. So line clown 3. We don't, because we want the description here, but don't want to have the whole story. No. So we only want 3 lines. So we say dot description. Oh, what do we expect? Description. Okay, so in the, let's go and see if what we have is correct. Take it time. So we go back here, refresh. If we don't have an error, we see some stories here. Okay, we have an issue. Let's go and see invalid data. Okay, one each tab should be post data. See, okay, let's see what is the problem here. Okay, so we need to enter, because these are the prop. I know if we supply the prop here in this post detail. Okay, all right. So that means we need a prop. So the prop here is a post. The post, which should be equal to post per category that we have here. So we go here, we supply it. Okay, we go back now. It's taking time to compile. Okay, so we have this post. And we have an issue here because we're repeating so many things here. So we need to correct that. This one should be, it's too big, That's supposed to be like that. And so we have a problem here. It should be 25%. Okay, so a minimum, we see the weight should be 25%. So it's a minimum weight should be 25%. So you will see let me see this. All right. So that is what we should have in reality. So we have this post and 3 lines of the description. All right. So I think we need to have a background here and here. So let's go back. So this div background should be white, BG white. And also this BG white. All right. See what we have. Okay. All right, but let's see. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, friends. Welcome back. The problem that we have in the previous lesson is this. We see this similar posts are so many. We have some posts, they repeat themselves in this place. The reason is simple. When you go here in the post detail, we have had the post per category here, and we are looping over this post per category. Okay, so we have a loop here, we have this post, and we have this. And we go to post, similar posts, we have then the loop here again. Okay, so this is not normal. Okay, we should loop only one time. Either we do the looping here and we call the story here with our looping, or we do not loop here and we loop here. Okay, so let's take this solution first. Suppose here we should have a one post. So we no longer loop here, we remove this also. So we have only one post here, and we say post slug, post images, post title, and post description, like this. Now we go there now in the post detail. So instead of having this, because this does not exist, we take this post that we put it here. All right. So when you go back, after it's compiled, we reload this. All right. So, okay, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 posts. The similar post to this. So that is what to be. The second solution is to have a looping here. So we have many posts with S here. Then when we come here, we no longer loop here. We remove this, and this. All right. So, right after this ish, we'll bring this, we'll say post is equal to, where is it? Post per category. Where it is, for this here. All right. So we have the same thing. Let me refresh it first. Okay, so we have the same thing. Okay, so like the same thing. So I want this because I want this to reduce to be simple like this. So whichever you use is correct. And here also we added the background, and this is what we have. You see this white appearing. All right, so we need to correct this. Okay, when we have the rounded, we have to round the 3XL here. We copy this, and we add it here also. This one should be rounded, and this one also should be rounded. Where this one should also be rounded. Okay, so we now see this whites. Okay, let's go. Now it is all right like this. So in our next lesson, we are going to, format the story to remove the HTML tag. Okay, yes, so we do that in our next series of videos. So for now, we have all the story that come from database. Okay, we can hide them. So also here now, we still have the dummy stories here. We'll see how the dummy stories here. Okay, do this. We see how the dummy story. That we should change also because we want to take the story from the database. Here also we have the dummy story. Dummy story. Okay, so that we do in the next video. Thank you. Okay, hello friends, so welcome back. All right, so here we have post per categories. We are taking post from the dummy post, but we want to fetch the post from the database. So we are going to change this logic. All right, so what we need to do, we use here states like in the other pages. We see post and set post equal to use state. Now here we have an empty array. Use effects. Use effects. So we'll say const get post equal to a sync. Okay. So what we say data const first. Const data is equal to a weight. We say fetch post per category. Posts per category. It does not want to do this. So the category that we have here is what? It's a link. It's this link. Okay. Let's try to import this. Suggestion. Imports from the components. No, not components. It's API. API we have post and the post API. So what we have here, we have a fetch post per category. This is what we want. And this is it here. So say set post and we'll pass data. All right. And we'll call this post get post function that we just created. Okay. And don't forget these dependencies. If not, we enter an infinite loop. So we have the link as a dependency. We also set post as another dependency. So we remove this. We are now getting post from the dummy data. We are getting post from the database. Oh, this is why we have this use effort. So to be able to fetch the post from the database. Okay. All right. So we have gotten this. So this post, we'll take this post now and, okay, we'll put it here. See post.map. Let's look at this post.map story index, and we have this post. Okay. So let's reload this and go and see what we have. If it is what reload this is post by country. We have not done that first yet. So let's go politics. We may have an issue here. Go to refresh again. Nothing appears. So let's go and see what is the issue here. First, we need to console log the post to see if this one is being fetched. So we have post per category. Okay, politics. It's still loading. It takes so much time to compile. Okay, maybe let's see. Console log the link. Console log the link here. And do we have? Let me see. Gonna go home. Go to politics. Home. Politics. I can see compiling. Getting this is getting slow. Politics category is politics. This is like an object. It's not a string, but we need a string here. Okay, so instead of link, okay, let's see category. So it's we post dot link dot category. So link is there is input category inside here. All right, I think that is the issue in category here. All right, so it should be linked up category R with this structure from the category streets here, and we go back now. Let me see if it's compiled. It's not compiled yet. Link is not defined. Are we using link here again? Post by category. Where is the link? Oh yeah. Okay. Category. Uppercase. Go again. All right. Okay. And it is appearing. Let's remove this. Reload it now. Okay. Now we have this. Okay. So we have this. This is international. This is the map for the international. This is a Guinea flag. Okay. This is what we have. Economy. We have, okay, 2 story from Liberia. Sports. Are you sure? Economy, politics. It is not loading. It is not refreshing. Do like this. What is the problem? Okay, economy. Economy. Sports. Okay, now it's working. Okay, now it is working. So we have posts for per category. We'll do the same thing for the countries. Okay, do the same thing with the countries. So we go to API, go to post API here. Then we fetch post instead of per category. Now it will be per country. So we take all those things. We copy this and we paste it here. So post per country. We change this to country. Okay, and here we'll put country. Alright, in collection post, the query will say where country is equal to the country that we pass here in this argument created at, which we want to sort it, and what we have here consider post is it. So this does not change the same thing. Okay, only thing here is here. Okay, only here is here because the sorting is done here, but this one it remains the same. So here we have the we fetch the post per country. Okay, so what we need to do now in the first is we have here post per country. So we have country here. Do the same thing here. We say count post set post equal to use states, and I take an empty array, and then we say use effects, use effects like this. So say const get post equal to this function, which is a sync. Take no parameter, say const data is equal to fetch post per country like this, and we put this country there, country that we have here. Okay, and after that we'll say set post, and we'll put data, this data, and don't forget the dependency list. We have the country, and we have a set post. These are the dependency, and we should also call this function, this post, like this. All right, so we remove this line. So instead of story, we take this post, which are now be supplied. We post dot map. Now we look through it again. Also, so this, even though it will not be null because there's an array, and just habits using that so that we get used to it, so we now get error. Okay, so I think this is okay. Let's compile and see. Okay, so we go now. Let's reload this. Okay, so we have been getting stories from the database per category. We want a story per country, so let's go and see. We know that Cote d'Ivoire has a story. Oh, error, something is going wrong here, something is wrong here. So when you go to fetch, we'll see what do you see. What do you see here? Oh, what is the error? You see, post document is not a function. Okay, fetch post per date. Okay, wait, let's say reason. That is a reason. Okay, should be awaiting so that our data will be fetched totally. If you do not await, then we will try to loop through the post without waiting until the data return. So at the end of the day, we don't have an array here. We have different thing. So there will be the problem. So we go back here, refresh. Okay, we still have the same issue of index. So we need to create an index. So we'll press this button, go back to Firebase, Firestore, that will create our new index. The first index that we had was for the categories. You know, we were fetching stories per categories, but this time around it's a story per what country. So we need another index that will be created. This is the first index that we had, and then the second index is breeding. I will post the video and come back if the index is created. Okay, welcome back. The index has been created successfully. So let's go back and see if we get the answer that we are looking for. We go to home, run this. Liberia, I know Liberia has a few stories. Okay, here it is. So which control also have, this is Guinea. Yes, Guinea has some stories. Okay, this is Guinea, it's a flag for Guinea. I thought Cote d'Ivoire has a story also. Okay, let me see politics story. Okay, no Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, economy, Liberia and Guinea. Okay, these are countries. But we have international like this. There's something that we have missing here. This thing is now, okay, you're not going way up to the ends. Alright, so this is an issue that we need to solve. See, it is not going, just getting stuck here. Alright, so this is an issue that we need to correct. Oh, we do that in our next lesson. Okay, thank you for following. Hello friend, welcome back. Okay, we have an issue with this drawer. You see, when we can go up to the ends of the drawer, you see. So we want to correct this. Okay, so what we need to do, let's go to components drawer, and let's first of all deal with a countries drawer. Okay, so here in this div, motion.div, first we need to give a height. So the height here will be 100 v-ish. Okay, and we'll say if it is overflow, you should do a scroll. All right, so let's see for it to compile. Okay, after I've compiled, let's go see this. Okay, so we can now scroll down and see all the rest of the countries. You have Africa, Togo. These things now used to show. Now we have this ugly, scroll bar that we want to customize. We want to have a nice scroll bar here. So we did that in our index. We added this custom scroll, and we have these properties with 8 to 5 here. So we have this color. Okay, we have this color. All right. So 5 also. 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. All right. So this is what we have. So let us go back here. And let me see if it is. I don't know what it is already. Wait a minute. I did not even add. Where is the country draw? Let's add here. What do you call? Custom scroll. Okay, so the scroll bar that we created, what they should add is the custom scroll. Okay, so we go back now. Let's go and see. Okay, so we add this nice scroll. So now let me see padding bottom. Take this. See. So okay, now it's showing. Okay, now it's showing. I don't know, it's because the padding that we added there, but everything is showing. Okay. So we do the same thing with the categories. Okay, with the countries, we got the category draw. So we take this, the VH scroll, take this, we go to category draw. Here we put it here. All right, and we also add the padding bottom. Let me take 14, 16. Let me see. Okay. Okay, after that compiles successfully, this is what we have. All right, so we have everything here. I think this is all good. We also need to, also need to increase this a bit. The padding button. We have none here. Let me put 14 there. Okay, I think that will be okay. All right, so we have everything showing correctly clearly. Thank you for listening. We'll meet the next video. Hello, friend. Welcome back. Okay, when we try to read a story, we have this story that is open successfully. But what we notice here is that we have like this P, which is a tag, So this is an HTML document, all right? But we don't want to have an HTML document like this. We want a story that is plain, So this P tag, we don't want to see them there, okay? But the reason that we have this P tag is because when we're creating the test, we use a rich text editor, okay? So whenever you use a rich text editor, you have let us go and see in our database, the Firebase. There at what we have in our database. So see get started, even though the internet is not that fast, but it's opening. So we go to Glory Info. Let's the application that we are working on. So go to Firebase database. Okay, here we are with this post. Now let us look at the first post. We see the description. So you see these tags, P, U, all these tags. So this is how the description will be saved in the database. So when you fetch this description from database, it appears as it was saved in the database. So we need to parse this document so that this p tag will not be there. Okay. So what we need to do, we are going to install a package, okay, that is called DOM Purify. So we say npm install DOM Purify. Okay. While DOM Purify is installing, let's go to pages, post, and post detail. Okay. So we have here this div that returns a post.description. So what we need to do here, let me take this from here, okay, and cut it. And I open a new div inside here. Div. Okay. So this div, there's an attribute that is called dangerous inner HTML. Okay. Dangerously set inner HTML. So this dangerously inner set inner HTML is like what we know that is inner HTML. Okay. So what we are going to do here, in this parenthesis that we have, let us put this post, this property that we call HTML, this HTML. Okay. So we have this. So this HTML. Okay. So this is an object with HTML, the key, and the post the description that we want to return is the value. Okay. And in this tag, we don't put anything there. It's just like that. All right. So let us reload this and allow it to compile. Then we go back. As you can see now, we don't see any HTML tag in our story. The post, there's no HTML tag. And you see that it is passed here. This is the paragraph. This is another paragraph. So we have two paragraphs here. So when you take this, for example, this one, this test, let me reload this from the beginning. See. All right. So we have this. Let me load this. Okay. We have this one paragraph. There's no HTML tag there. Okay. Let me see this. Okay. You see this one has 1, 2, and 3 paragraphs. All right. And you have this word, for example, which is underlined. That is because when we put this text in the text editor, it was underlined. That is why it's like this. All right. So we have succeeded to pass this document into a plain document that can be read by everybody. Okay. But the problem is, as you see this, the name of this property, it's dangerously set in a HTML. And you have the word dangerously, and nobody should. The reason it's dangerous here is that an hacker or somebody who is bad can enter a script, JavaScript code here to harm your application. So they put this dangerously set in a HTML. They call it this way so that you will know that you are dealing with something that is dangerous. So you need to take, some steps so that you will defend yourself. Today, I warning you, it's like you want to go somewhere. They say, this is the road, but be careful. This road is very dangerous. So you need to be careful, despite the fact that it is the road, but you need to be careful to go where you want to go. So this is what it's about. Even in HTML documents, the inner HTML is also dangerous because an hacker can inject some JavaScript codes that can either destroy your data, expose the data of your users, and do whatever thing you want to do with the application if you are not careful. Okay, so what we need to do is to obviously try to protect ourselves by using this dangerously set in HTML. Okay, that is why we install this document, this package that is called DOM Purify. So this package will help to purify the DOM. So whenever the DOM contains, by using this dangerously set in HTML, and it's a code that is harmful, this package will purify it. Okay, we remove every JavaScript code. Okay, so what we need to do in the source folder, we are going to create a folder called helpers. In the helper, we are going to create a file that we call bars html.js. All right. So in this parse HTML documents, we are going to create a function. So the export cons create markup index. It is a function. It takes a string, okay, and to return an object, say HTML. That's what we just use over there. HTML will give DOM purified that we import from DOM purifier, the package that we just install. So say that you have here a function that is called sanitize. So this sanitize, we sanitize the document that we use here. So it means that this creates markup. We take a document and we return a sanitized version of that document. Okay, I hope you understand that. So we go back to this post detail, and here, instead of returning this, let's remove this now. Okay. And what we will bring in is this function. Let's call it create markup that we can import. So in this create markup, we'll bring, because it takes an argument. So this argument will be a post dot description. All right, just like that. Okay, don't put anything between the tag here. All right, so it just like that. And when we go back now, we reload, for example, this, we have the same thing. Now here change, but this time around, we are sure that this we sanitize whatever will be into here. Okay, it will not accept any JavaScript codes that may be harmful. All right, so we do the same thing for the rest of. Look at here, for example, in the similar stories of your stories, we have the same thing here. So we go to similar story components. So we got to come to component folder, say posts and similar posts. All right. So instead of writing the HTML like this, let's in the post dot description like this, let's cut it from here. All right. And here we can write, say, dangerously set inner HTML equal to create markup, and we use this as the markup contains a string, not an object. So let's import create markup from helper folder. Okay, so we have now create markup. Remember, here between the tag, you don't put anything there. If you do, it will not work. Okay, so just leave it like that. Another thing, you put the description here, like as an argument of this function that we created, create markup. All right, so let's go back to detail page, post detail page. Now we'll look at the similar stories. This time around, we do not have any p tag. Okay, so let's go back here and take a different story and see if everything is working as expected. Let's take this one to this one. Okay, this story is too short. Let me see this. Okay, so it is working. We have done a great job here, but removing all the HTML. If you see this is something that we have not done here. This should see, it should lead us to the detail of the. All right, so we have this. So we will continue in our next video. Thank you. Hello friends, in this video we are going to do a little bit cleanup. The first thing is that this we cannot open these stories. So what we need to do, let's go to component right post. Is it right post? Let's go to see what the right post is saying. All right, so we have this title. No, it's not the right post. Let's go to, it's slash show. Okay, this slash show. Let's go to slash show components, and this right side. Okay, we have the image, and we have also the title. So there's no way we can show this story, to can open this story to read the contents of this story because of the way that we design it. There's no anchor tag. Okay, there's no anchor tag. React writer link. So we need to use that. So what we do here, we can, we have a div here. So if we can surround this div with a link, let's see how it will look like. Let's go and do that. This link that we import from React Return. Okay, we got it there. We can bring it at the end here. All right, put it here, out here, in. Okay, so what we need to do first, we take this key, we'll remove it from here, and we'll add it to the link. Okay, remove this. It means nothing. And tool, that is the href, say tool like this. It is supposed to be /post and the post slog. So post.slog. Okay, so that is how it is supposed to be. So let's go and see how it will look like if everything goes well. So let's refresh this first. So we have this. Now we have this, the cursor has changed. Okay, so we can click and now we are able to read the story. Okay, So that is the first thing. And the second thing here is this. Okay, we have the story. We want to add the author of the story. We want to know the country it is about and also its category. Okay, so we go to post detail. All right, post detail. After this, this is the outer div. This, okay. All right, so here we have the div here. Okay, and see what we can do with that div. Okay, what we want to add here, for example, is in a span. We want to add the dates, the created at date. So we have post dot created at. Okay, that's the first thing that we will put there. But let's go see first what we have created that. We have an issue here, but it says, all right, saying that objects are not allowed as a real charge. What is that? What object are you talking about? Where is the error cannot be a valid charge? Let me reload this again. See? Okay, so we have this issue. Okay, I think that yes, okay, we have object with second and nanosecond. Okay. All right, so when you go to here, we have this where it's created at. Okay, we have this created at as a date. How we save this? How we save this in our database? Let's go to add posts. We have here. Let me see. Okay, this is it here. We have country description submitted. That's not it. What we're looking for. Okay, so we have created at as is here. Several timestamp. Okay, we're using several timestamp here. Let us go here and see several timestamp. Okay, so let's say for example, write two dates. This function. Go and see what we have. Come here. You see have refresh. Maybe they will say that function where unsupported field undefined. Is that what object date k? All right, so let's take first this from here. Let's take it from here and go up here. We will see what this thing contains. Okay, since we have posts over there, so we'll press it here. Cons dates equal this, and we console log dates and see if we can get something from there. So what do we have? Okay, we are getting the dates. All right, so now we are going to install the package, okay, that is called React Moment, that will change this to a value that can be accepted. So say npm install React Moment. All right, we hope this will be a bit faster. Okay, so moment are being installed. So let's come here now. When we here, okay, we'll say moment. Let's import moment from a React to moment. All right, so the moment has a .date object. So in this date object, let's put date there and see what we have if it will throw an error. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, we do not have an error. So this is what moment gave us. So we have these dates, okay? But what we want to get, we want to have, say, for example, 3 hours ago, 3 seconds ago. So to do that, we'll say from now, okay? So use this from now, and we'll go back there now. See, so we created this story 21 hours ago. So this is what we want to have, okay? All right, so we have successfully set this. Let's remove this console log. Okay, this one can remain there. Okay, it can remain there so that we use it as a date here. Okay, so we need not to put anything in the between the tag. It's already like that. Okay, so this, see, class name padding x 4 border slate 300. Okay, padding y as a padding top and the bottom. We want 5. One thing to appear as a flex. So flex item to be center, item center, and justify between. We can say class. This can also be star. So class name. We are going to start a test. Say test. we want it to be 12 pixel, okay, 12 pixel, in italic, and font boards. All right, so let's go see to what we have. Okay, we have it like that. Okay, what we also want to do is to put a border here and the border color, but it means the border width, let's say height. So say border 2, border. Okay, all right, so now we have this the dates. Okay, after the dates we want to add, for example, the author. So remove this. Okay, let's take this one, put here in this span. Okay, so remove this. We'll say post.author. After post.author, but before that, let's write here by. Okay, by in post.author. After that, we copy this 2 times. So here, this is country. We have the country here, and down here we have the category. All right, so the country here will be country, that be post.country, and the post category. All right, and this, let's go see what we have. Do we need to refresh this? Okay, now it is there. Okay, it is there. So let's remove this. Now we have 21 hours ago, 21 hours ago, we have by CNBC. The country will say international, and the category is a political story. So let's take this. I think, okay, I take this one. We'll see, this one. This is Mali, by RFI, category politics, 21 hour ago. Let's take this one. Okay, so I think it's alright like this. I say, okay, pertaining to this, you can set it the way you want. You know, some people can even put it here under the title, or even under the image, or on top of image. Okay, wherever you want to put this information is left with you. You can design it the way you want. Another thing is just get a skill and you know, design the way it pleases you. Okay, here for example, we can add a SVG here, an icon to indicate the time. Okay, we can put it here. Okay, for example, let's do it. For example, we can import this where it's moment, before moment here in the span. Okay, enter this to say GR clockwork. Import this. No, we can import. So let's go up here and say no. So say import this from React icon. Where is it? We'll say GR. All right, so when we refresh this, then we have this time. Okay, and also we can see, for example, let me go this quick and say class name flex and gap b12. Okay, and item center. All right, we go back there. Okay, the airline like this. Okay, so thank you. We continue to, you know, work on our design in the next video. Thank you. Welcome back. On this video, we want to create the recent news. Okay, internationally, commercial, other things. But we are going to deal with the recent news first. So to do that, we are going to create a component. In this component and post folder, a component that is called post media.js. So it is post media, say RAF. Okay, so this post media will take here a post as a prop, and here we are going to say const date is equal to post dot created at to date, like this. All right, and let's remove this and say class name reflect gap 2 item start. Okay, padding 1, overflow hidden. Don't want to something to overflow. We'll say background white, MD matching top 0. Okay, at the bottom is 1, but the border bottom should be 2. Okay, and the border bottom should be what color? Slide 200. It's a 300. All right. So this is, after that there is another div. All right. Here we see overflow hidden also, and the mini width should be, let's see, 90 pixel. Correct. And the height should be 70 pixel, and we want a cursor to be a pointer. All right. So within here we have an image, and the image is the post that images, and to take the first one as we have been doing since the beginning of this course. Okay, and after that we'll say class name. I'm going to give you class name. The class name is, for example, we want the width to be 100% and the height to be 100%. So we say full. All right, and after the image we want to add the link. So this is the image. After this div we are going to add the link here. So say link that we import from React Router DOM. All right, and this link goes to backtick posts, and like this. We say post dot slug. In this post dot slug we have the moments that we install, that is a React moment. So we say from now date is equal to date that we have here. Date and data is date. Okay, and after the moments we have anchor 2. Now there's not a called header h2. So this class name should be test sm. Okay, and the line clamp we want 2 lines, and within here we'll say post dot title. All right, in this you can add the title here, so that if the title is too long, you can now write everything, or you cannot show everything, or it is cut. We want to see the title as we over the title. Okay, so this is what it is. So like this. So we are going to use this to post media in the red post. Let's go to red post. Is it the red post? Red post, or right sides? This as, oh yes, I think it is the right sides. Right side we have commercial, we have all those things. So we have trending, we have recent posts, recent news. Right after the recent news, all right. So this one will take list of posts. So we say posts, and here after this, in the curly braces, we say posts dot map posts. We want to return post media. We import. Okay, post media is a self-closing tag. So here we say post is equal to this post that we have here, and it should take a key. So the key will be post dot slug. Let's put a question mark here so that this will not create a problem. Let's also put a question mark here. Okay, so this is the slug. This one, the right side, I think it is in the layout. So we go to layout. Okay, to the right side. So this layout we take, post. So how do we have this post? We are going to fetch them from the database. But before that, we want to create the states. We say post and set post equal to user state from a React, and it will be an empty array. And then we use effects here that takes this callback function. So here we are going to create a function we call get post, call async. All right. So const data is equal to await. Say fetch post. That's how we call it. Fetch post. So we'll take this, and there's no argument. So we see now set post, and we put the data in the post. Okay, so we have dependencies. So as a dependency, that what do we have here? We have this is set post, which is a dependency. So we'll put it here, and we call this function get post. If not work, we need to call it so that it can work. Oh, what is this? Okay, that's now we take this post, we feed it here. All right. Okay, so we have new post. All right, it is here. We have this. Okay, so when you press this, it comes. Okay, so these are the new posts. Okay, normally we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have this international post. The reason being, we give a right side, we give a definite height. So that's why. So the height is what is the height? Do the height here? Okay, this is height. Let's remove this and see what will happen if as we remove it. I think this will come down. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we can also add the trend news and the TV. Okay, the videos. So we want the international news, etc., etc. All right, so this is how we can do it. We continue in our next video. Thank you. Welcome back. When we open a story here, okay, we can see the recent news, okay, and also the similar stories. That's all right. But when you go to the home page, this here we have nothing, okay. The reason is that this is different from what we have here, okay. So we need to add the same thing to the home page also. So let's go to home page. Okay, when you go to home page, we scroll down. You see you have this right side. So its right side takes what? Post list. And do you have post list also here? Yes, this is post list. So we also have it there. You see post list. Then we go now. Let's go to home page. See if okay. So we have this new post. Okay. And there's something that you not notice is this, the distortion of these images, okay? That is when we added the link in this got distorted, okay? So let's go then fix it. So it was in the slideshow, okay, let's go slideshow. This is slideshow. So we have this link that comes before the div, okay? I think what is better to do is to break the link within the div, okay? So let's all right, and the closing tag, we bring it like this. All right, and I think that is all. And when you go back there now, okay, let's refresh. Okay, before you refresh that. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to be. That how it was before we could do that change. All right, so just bring the link because the div that is no. That has a class, okay, depending on the index of the image, okay, it's not this way. You could have, you could have taken this class and had it to link, it would be the same thing, but I think it is alright the way we did it, okay. So we have done the storage correctly, set up, and this is alright. So in the next video, let me see this, we are going to add a loader. We do that in this video. So what we need to do, we have, let's see if we have React spinners installed. Let me see, it is not installed. So, okay, let's see, we have, yes, React spinners, we have them installed. So what we need to do, let's go to the React spinner to see how we can use it. Okay, so React spinner. So let's take this and yes, go so Okay, let's take this demo, the demonstration. All right, so we have all this loader. You can choose the one that's fit to you. Which one, the one that you want, the one that you like, is up to you. All right, and I don't know which one to take, really. Okay, let me take this. So I'll click only while it's loading. Okay, this is, yeah, this is show the codes. This is the codes, and I copy these codes. All right, then so let's go here somewhere. Now let's close all these things all together and add a new component that we call spinner component. So see loader spinner component, yes, .js like this. So it is in the folder loader. So ROAFC. Okay, we have this. Okay, so what we need to do now, let's remove this as usual, and say class name. We want it to be flex, justify center. Okay, item center. Background should be black. Okay, but totally black. Opacity to be 80. All right, so that we will be able to see through it. And fix, want it to be fixed. Left 0, right 0, top 0, bottom 0, and the Z index to be, let's say, 80. All right, so we want it to cover the whole page. So we're now going to press what we copy here called rise loader, and we want it to be white because the page is black, so we're to be white. And the size, let's take first, let's draw 30. So we have this spinner component. So let's go to the home page. All right, and we have, let's see, loader. Do we have a loader here? Okay, we'll see. Let's see, for example, we change this. Okay, we change is, see, loader. Okay, loading, and set loading equal to use state, which is false. So what we see is that when we are fetching the post, let the loader be true. So set loading will make it true. If after all these things are fetched, we want it to be false. So set loading to false. All right, so see now, if loading is true, we want to return spinner component, this components. All right, and let us see if what we did is we have an issue. We did not import this. What is it? Rise loader. Let's go and see if we can import. Yes, it is imported. Okay, all right, that's what we wanted. I don't see this to be beautiful, really. I don't see it to be beautiful, really. Let me take a different loader. If you like it, you can keep it. But for me, to be frank, I do not like it. Let me see this. What is this? This. No. Let me try this. This clock. Copy it. Let's go back to clock loader. Put it here. Remove this and put it here and see what we have. All right, so you can choose whatever you want. If you want the first item or the first loader that we draw, this is good, but it's very small. So instead of 30, let's say 90. Okay, so they'll be 3 times bigger. Let's go and see it. All right. Okay, so that is the way I like it, but you can go ahead and choose what you want. So we can do the same thing here. For example, you want to fetch the story per category, you can do the same thing. Okay, story per country, you can also do the same thing. Okay, close this. So what do I do? Say here, let's go to post. We have posts per category, posts per country. It's the same principle here. Let's remove this console log and create this states. We see the quick loading and set loading, which is false. Now we see here, when you start loading, we say set loading true, and after you have fetched the data, we want you to set the loading back to false. Okay, so we also said now if loading is true, so when the loading is true, we want to return spinner components like this. Let's go this. All right, this goods. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, we can do the same thing for it. So let's copy this. We'll go to post per country. We'll paste it here like this. Let's go back here again. We'll copy this line. We'll put it here before the fetching of the data true, and after the data have been. Wait a minute, I have seen. What are you just doing here? Oh, it had a place alone. Funny. It's supposed to be up too. They used it. And then after that, you put it here and you stop the loading. So say false. Okay. And after that, they go to here and if it's loading, you return this. This is funny, right? You do like this. Okay, so now we go back. Okay, now need to be imported. Okay, where is the spinner? So we import it like this. All right, so we go now. We have this. See this. The Cote d'Ivoire also. Okay, so it is working. Good. So we close this down. All right, it is perfect. Economy, goods, politics, alright, and entertainment, nothing is there. Okay, so we continue in the next video. Thank you for listening. In this chapter, we are going to, protect some roots, most especially roots like to add a new post to our database. It should not be accessed by anybody except those who are administrators or moderators. Okay, so before we do that, we are going to create first a hook. Okay, in React, we have many hooks like use states, use efforts. Okay, so we want to create our own hook. That is, let's say, a custom hook. So in the source folder, we create a folder that we call hooks. All right, in this folder now we'll create a file that will use of status. All right, so that is the hook that we have that we want to create. Okay, so in React, every hook, this name of the hook start with use. Okay, so we say export cons use of status. Okay, what is this hook for? We want this hook to see or to tell whether somebody is a simple user. First, if it is logged in as what, a simple user, or as an administrator, or a moderator. Okay, so this hook will tell us, okay, so give us the status of the person who is using the application. Okay, so we have cons. So we are going to create 4 states. So first one, cons. We say loading and set loading. This will give the use states. Say true. So loading should be true first. Another state that will create a name. We have, we say, logged in and set logged in. Use state equal false. We'll break it down 2 times. And here we say logged in as admin, and set login as admin. All right, and be false. And here we say login as moderator. Let me as moderator. So we say as modes. That means that is a moderator. See here, set logged in as modes. All right, this one also is false. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, full states that we created. And what we want to bring here now is we say cons of equal to get off from that we import from Firebase of. Okay, now we use effects, which is a hook from React. First, let's put the dependency arrays here. All right. So in Firebase of, we have a function that is called on-off state change. Okay. So when someone logged in or logged out, on-off state change function is triggered to change the status of the person who interacts with the application. Okay. So we say on-off state change that is imported from Firebase of. So this, it takes first the off object here and a callback function. So here we have let's say current user as a argument, and this is, let's say, try and cache, because it is the function that we are going to use will return, promise. All right, so we see now what we want to do, we want to fetch the user who is using the application. All right, we don't want to fetch him from the get off, but we want to fetch him from Firebase Firestore. When the user is registered, okay, he has his information kept in authentication here. Okay, that is what get off interact with. Okay, but here this is the database, Firestore database. Then to want to get the user from here, then we have the information that has is here, most especially the role. Okay, here this the role is the user, so we need to get that user. And to do that, we need to go to the API. We say auth here that will get the user per ID. Okay, so we create a function here. We'll say export cons get user by ID. Okay, this is a sync, and you take user ID. Okay, we say cons user data is equal to get doc. This return a document object, let's say snapshot using the ID. So we say, and here we have doc. It's also import from Firebase Firestore. Where is it? Get doc and doc from Firebase Firestore. Okay, so here, first of all, the database. After the database, the collection that we want to carry is the user collection. Where is it? Okay, so this user collection, that's the collection that we want to carry. All right, so it's a user, and the third argument should be the user ID that we enter over there. So what does it return? Is we have here a promise, so we say await. So this is now a document snapshot. Okay, better put this in the tutorial in cache. Get rid this up. If user data dot exists, then we want to return user data dot data. Maybe it will be too sluggish now. If it does not exist, then we want to return null. That will user and not be found. And here we want to throw an error if something goes wrong. So we say throw error, and the user of this function will handle this error. All right, so yes, this is what we have. So we either return a user data dot data, or return null. All right, so return user data or document data or null. So we go back here. We say now try cache. We say cons user is equal to await get user by ID, and the ID here will be the current user dot UID. All right, so that is this. You see, it is of is a user. Current user is a user. So the current user has a UID. We are putting this here because this current user can be, null. Okay. So this current user, we come to database. The current user has a row, a field that is called row, an array of row. It's a user. Okay, so we have this field that's called row. So we want to see what is the row here, if it is a user, administrator, or moderator. Okay, so we are going to use JavaScript object function that is called index of. Okay, so index of, when you use index of on objects, on array or something, if you return -1, it means that that object does not exist. Or in other words, if an object does not exist in an array, the index of that object is -1. Now, apart from -1, it can be 0, 1, or 2, whatsoever number, the index at which it is found, then it means that document exists. So what we are going to say here is that we want to find out if if the row here is either user, or if it has a row that is called admin, or if it has a row that is called moderator. So we are going to do like this. We are going to do like this. Say if, first of all, if the current user is null, and user, if the user, let's say rows. So if the row, the field row, index of moderator not equal to -1. So if the user is exists and is a moderator, then we want to do this. Alright, so we want sets locked in as mode true. Okay, so sets locked in as mode true. That means that it is locked in as a moderator. Alright, as if current user and user, let's say moderator, rows, index of admin is not equal, let's say it's not equal to -1. Okay, then we'll say sets locked in as admin is to true. Alright, and the last condition, as if current user, if we guess the current user is true. Okay, so we say sets in for the true also. Alright, as if. Alright, but what we need to understand, whether you are administrator or moderator, you are locked in. So this will also be true here. Okay, you are locked in. Also be true in this case. Okay, so if it is none of this is true, that is S, then locked in, set locked in should be false. Set locked in should be false. So it means that you are not locked in. Okay, after everything, we want to set loading to false. Okay, first it was true, we want it to be false. And if there's an error, before we go to the error, we want to, okay, yes, if there is an error, we want to console log the error. So say log error.message. Alright, so this is what we want. And now here we have because this is a use effect, so we should have the dependency array here. So all those things that are dependency, we off because it comes from out. All those sets locked in, dependencies, set locked in, set loading dependency. So set locked in as admin is a dependency, and set locked in as moderator is also a dependency. So we had it here. All right, and after that we want to return this object. We say return, we want to return this object, is loading, logged in as admin, logged in as a moderator, and logged in. We want to return this logged in. The one we have here, this should be in a function. Okay, all right, should be in a function. So we have is loading, logged in as administrator, logged in as a, and also logged in. All right, so we are going to return this object is loading, logged in as administrator, logged in as moderator, and logged in simply. Okay, so we continue in our next video. Thank you for watching. Hello friend, welcome back. In this video we are going to continue to complete our CRUD operations, that is create, read, update, and delete. We have done create and read. That what we are going to do now is update and delete. Okay, so to do that we go to the API folder. Okay, in the post API. Now we are going to create delete functions. Okay, so that's what we are going to do, delete and updates, because we need to be able to update the app, let's say the story, and also to delete if we found that the story or whatsoever post that we have is not correct. So we need to have the ability to delete it. All right, so what we are going to do now, we are going to create this function. We say export const delete posts. Let's start with update first, update post, and this will be a sync as usual. All right, and this will take two arguments, ID and the data itself. So to do that, we start with a try and catch like usual, now here we get the reference of the post that we want to edit. So the const post ref is equal to document, which will that from Firebase Firestore DB, which is our database, and the post, because that is where the collection that we want to fetch. Let's see the collection that we want to carry first. Okay, so the post that we want to update belong to this collection. So to do that, since we have now the reference, then we'll say await, because this is a sync, let's say promise. We'll say await update doc that comes from Firebase Firestore. All right, so when we go up there, we see update doc comes from Firebase Firestore. So you need to import that. All right, so we say await doc. Is this doc will take two arguments. We have the document reference, that is a post reference that we had, and the data that we want to change. All right, that is the new data that we have now. We want to replace it with the old data. And here now we'll say throw a new error. So we're going to throw this error. All right, that we have here if there is an error. Okay, so this is simple. This is for the back end. This is the, let's see, update post. We are also going to do delete post. Okay, it is also easy. It is very simple. So we say export const delete post equal async, and here we have the post ID. Okay, we need the post ID here. So say post ID is equal to, and we'll do like this, try and cache. So we are going to save here const post ref is equal to doc that take three arguments: the database, the DB, the collection, which is the post, and the post ID. All right, then after that, what we are going to see is const, we say await. Okay, so delete doc that we also import from Firebase. Okay, and we'll say post reference, and we delete that. All right, so it is very simple. It's as simple as the updates. All right, so what we did here, we got the reference of the post, all right, by using db post id, and we delete that post using delete duck from Firebase Firestore. All right, and then we have completed deleting. All right, so we have these two functions, updates and delete post. So what we need to do now is to go in the front page. That's the front page. We are going to go to the front end and implement this. Okay, and we will do that in the next video. Thank you for following. Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, we are going to use implement the function that we created in the back end, updates and delete the posts. We are going to do that in the front end. Okay, so what we are going to do first is to create a page. In a page folder, we have here the post, page and folder, page and post folders. We have here add posts. So what we are going to do is to create a new file that we call edit post.js. All right, so we are going to copy this from the add post because it's almost the same. The design is the same, so we copy everything from add post. So we come to edit post and we paste everything here. So what we need to do now, we go up, we change this add post to edit post. All right, so this edit post. Okay, you can also change this. Here we have create post. Here we can see edit post. That is also here edit post. Okay, all right, then now we go back up to the top. So what we need to do first, we need to get the ID of the post. That means that we should be able to get the post by ID. So let's go see the backend if you have that function where we get the post by ID. So we have here per country, by slug, get post by category, by collection. Okay, so we do not have it. We do not have this function where we get post by ID. So we need to create this function, and this function is this function which is fetch post per slug. So what we are going to do is to copy this and press it down here because it is almost the same thing. So we say ID, just write ID here by ID, fetch post by ID. So instead of slug here, we have the post ID quickly, and we say post reference. We are using collection. We are using duck. Okay, duck from Firebase Firestore, and we say db post collection, and the post ID, that is the post ID that we want to update or want to fetch first before we update it. Then we say post data. We'll remove this from here. We say get duck because we want only one duck. So get duck, get duck. Okay, this one. That also takes one argument, which is the post ref. So this is the post reference. So we'll do like this. Then we'll say from here, let's remove this one here. Okay, let's remove this one here, and see that if this one also that's supposed to be here. So we say if post data dot exists. Oh, the reason that is we didn't put a wait here, so we should do a wait because is get doc is a promise, so we should have a wait. So let's remove this. All right, remove this. So if post data exists is a function. We want to return post data dot data like this. But if it does not exist, then it means that that post data does not exist, so it will return null. So we are going to return null here, okay? And if there is an error, we'll throw the error. So we have the fetch post by ID. What we need to do, let's go back to edits. The first thing is here, we are going to app here, okay? See, we have add post. Let's add edit post there, which is the private root, because only the administrator or the moderator should be able to edit and create posts. So we'll say edit post. Now here we have edit post. Okay, so we have imported that. So here if we'll say ID. So this is the route that we are going to use, edit the post, and this is the dynamic ID that will obtain. So when we go back here now, we are going to say cons ID, because that's the ID that we have in our route. So ID equal to use param. We are going to use param here so that we can have the ID. All right, then since we have the ID now, okay, so what we need to do now is to go to the database and get the data back from the database so that we'll be able to edit it. So what we are going to do, we are going to create here, not create, use this hook, which is use effects. Okay, use effects. So in this use effect, we have this independence array, cons fetch post equal to async. All right, so what we are going to use here, nothing of course. So we'll say await, or let's say post equal to await cons first. Oh my god, let's say cons, let's say data instead of post, data equal to await. Now the function that we created in the back end, it is fetch post by ID, and this one take one argument, which is the post ID. Then we are going to use this post, this ID that we have here. All right, and okay, so let's create a state up here. We have post data. Okay, that's not what we want. Okay, we're going to, this state is there. So say set post data to, but instead of saying, okay, set post data, and we put data in it. Okay, so in this data now we have the new post. Okay, so it's not this one that we have a new post. So we replace this. Okay, so let us go here. Let's put here the ID here as a dependency, and call the fetch post here. All right, so that you can be able to call. And here let's go console log the post data to see if we have the post that we created. All right, but before that, let's go to, for example, page folder, the post folder in the post detail. Okay, in post detail, we want to add at the end here. So after this, we are going to put a button here. Let's go to see if it can be all right here. We are going to put a link here. Let's say a button. Okay, let me say edit, say on click, or a link. A link is all right. So let's go link from React router. So to, okay, do like this. We have edit post, and the idea should be post dot id. I'll put here. So let's go see first what we got there. So when we go here, okay, let's put it here and see. Okay, so we have edit here. So when we press, okay, so we have now edit post, and the post ID. This is ID. Okay, welcome friend. Story. We have a problem to display this story. We can have an error that shows here. For example, we press this, you have this error. It say uncut in promise Firebase error function where call with invalid data and supported field call was indefinite. Okay, so let's go back here to, the error here is line 31. So let's go to post detail. When we go to post detail, line 31, the line 31 is here. So the problem is created somewhere here. Okay, so what we have here, this is the function that we have in a backend, special post by categories. Yes, So, and what we have as an argument is the category. All right. In this category, you see where category equals to this category. So if this category is null, then you are saying where category equal to null. This is something that does not exist in the database, and that is why it's giving this problem. So how can this category be null? When opening the story, you know, the post will be null until it is loaded, because it is a promise, okay, a sync here where we get the post. It is awaiting. So when the post is loaded, it will be null. Okay, so it will be category with an argument that is null. So that is what is causing the problem. So what we need to do, we are going to say that before you load this, we make sure that the post is not null. So we say if post, I mean there is a post, okay, that means it is not null, then you should call this thing. So we put them here. Now we go back now. Let's compile first. Let's go back to here. Okay, let's remove this error and we'll do like this. Okay, so the story opens and there's no error. Okay, so that was the problem. And the second problem that we we're having mistakenly here, where we have get post by ID, where is it? Get post by slug by ID. It was like this by error. Oh, the error, there was a dot here. So, okay, which is not correct. It's not a dot. It should be a comma like this. So please correct that. And let's go now and try this. After you have corrected, wait until this compiles. So after you have corrected and the app is compiled, now we'll go to edit. So as soon as we press edit, we have this with the empty, you know, title which is empty. But afterwards, we see now we have the title, which is here. We have the author, the category. Okay, so that means that the data are being loaded effectively. Okay, so as you can see already here, we have the data that's filled here. We have economy, you know, the URL, RFI, all this, Liberia, the test. What we don't have is here. We have nothing inside here. We have nothing inside here. Okay, so let's go back to edit post. So what we say here is that edit post, when it starts is initial value, so it is empty. After it's loaded, then the post data is supplemented with the data that we get from the database here. So we do the same thing here. We have image, set image. We have a file arrays, the title, okay, and the post data and the image array. And we have unchanged, okay? We have this unchanged that we had in a post, let's say create a post, and handle images. That is if you want to update the image, that means you want to add a new image that you can use this function. And this is use effect hook to fetch the data. Okay, so let's remove this console log. So now we have all these things in the validation, okay, the image URL, all this stuff, okay. Then here now we are going to create a post. So post gets the post data, okay. Now the post data, the slug will depend on the title that if we change the title, of course, if we change the title here, then the slug will also change. Alright, but if you are not change the title, the slug will not change. And the ID will not change. The ID is the same because we are updating. We are not changing the ID of the tool. So and also here, if when we had, we want to update also the images. But if you don't want to update the images, the image, the post will remain like that. And we have this likes. The likes will not be empty like this, okay? Because if, for example, the post had 20 likes and you put it like this, that means it will be updated with 0 like. You see, that will be an empty array. So we need not to put this here, okay? So only images we can put there if you have new images. Then we have here what creates ads, okay? Then it's supposed to be updated art, when we say created art, you can change it if you want, but let us leave it like that. In this one, we also remove it from here, and also the ID that we cannot change. All right, and and here also, if there's no image, no, that's as inaccurate. We have to correct that. So now, instead of now create post, it will be update post. So let's remove this. We'll say update post. This like this one, okay, and this one takes 2 arguments. So we have the ID. Okay, we have the ID. Do you have IDs for here? So this ID that we have here, because the ID will not change, okay, so we put this ID in the post, okay, here, and we'll do the same thing here, ID in the post. All right, and what do we have again? All right, and now in the view, we have in inputs, we have the title, the value, the title. We select a category. The option we have here, the option is there. We have inputs here, okay, this one, okay, and select here what we have, the country name that we saw over there, this one also, but here we do not have, you know, we did not create this, so to, you know, fit it is not easier. So what we need to do, let's go to post detail. We are going to cheat a bit. Let's take this, what is it, dangerous HTML. We take this, take this, let's do div, then we can press it here before this draft. Import this. All right, so what we are going to do here is to display the text, but either in a draft editor, okay. Now if you want to edit the text, you just copy it from here and deploy the draft editor, and you change what you want to change. You can also do the same thing for the image, or with the image, okay. You take the image, for example, you can say image img, then you say post dot images, and maybe 1, like this. All right, so let's go and see what we have there, if it is correct. If there's an error, we will come back and correct that error. First, we have error because we don't know what this post. Okay, this post does not exist, so it should be post data. Okay, we put the value here. Let's go see. Let's remove this first. We're going to do that later. Let's go back. We have a bunch of errors here. What the error say? Post is not defined. We are finished with that. Okay. It was loading. So this is the story. All right, this is the story. So if you want to edit it, you just copy it here from here, and you paste it here to change what you want to change. Okay. So we can fetch the image that you want to fetch. Okay, by pressing this button. Let me see if the image can appear here. Okay, so this is the image that we have there. So we have all the data returned here. Okay, so let me see if I can change. Let me remove all these things. Okay, and see if we can update it. And when I press update, property undefined, we have error here. So what we were doing here is to edit this the posts, but the problem we have here, we did not change, that is the consequences of, you know, copy and paste. Okay, we did not change this. We have create post instead of update post. So And create post takes only one argument, which is post, but here we have two posts. That is why we're having this error that says, cannot read property of undefined reading index of. All right, so okay, let's remove this image. Okay, so okay, we have this Valerie title. Okay, and update it. All right, let me reload it. If you see have this thing here, I hope there will be no error here. Okay, so you see the title has not changed. Okay, let's see that changed. We only have Valerie title. So let's go to home page. We'll fetch Valerie title if it exists. Valerie title, where it is. Okay, this is it here. Okay, this is it here. So the picture is still there. This text is there. Everything is there. We have the by, the country, the category. Only the minute change, because we refresh it in the title. This it here. So this has been updated. The reason that we have new date here is because of this. Where is it created at? Okay, so if we don't put created at there, then the update, the date will be the same. It will not change. But here we refresh it. That means that we put new stuff there. Okay, so that was the reason why we have a new dates, that we have new timing. All right, so we continue to work on this in our next video. Thank you for. Hello friends, welcome back. In our previous video we added the update in the video. In this video we are going to continue the create operation, but this time around we are going to do the delete operation. Okay, so what we need to do first is to add a file, a post page that will be accessed only by the administrators, let's say the moderators. If they want to delete posts, they will delete the post from. Okay, so that means that page won't be accessed by any user. So what we are going to do, we are going to create in the root, in the source folder, another folder is called admin. So admin. Okay, so in this admin folder we are going to create this page called posts.js. All right, so as usual, our RAFC to create new components. All right, so we have here. Okay, so we have this. So what we need to do in this page, we are going to create a table. Okay, a table where we have the image of the posts, title, and a button to delete and a button to update. That's what we are going to have. So first of all, this is the first div. We're going to add a class. Let's say class name. Class name equals say px20 py10. So we have a padding x20 and padding y, which is 10. In this div, in another div, okay, we say class name. Here we have, say, let the background be white. All right, and the padding y should be 5. We'll say rounded md. Okay, and the shadow also be md. So in this div, we have another div. Okay, so class name. In this div, we have font bold and padding left. We want it to be 10 and text to be till 600. All right, so in this div, what we have there is the number of posts. So we can say, let's say span or h1, whatever you want to put there. So we have number, because we want to count the posts that we have. So say number of posts. The administrator should know how many posts that he has in his database. So where do we take posts from? We take posts from the database. Okay, so we are going to go back to the database and get the posts from there. Okay, so here we have, let me put posts here. Let me put posts here first. We get it for database, but let's put posts here. First we'll say post dot line. Okay, so let's base that is the number of posts that we have here. All right, so after this div, we want to have another div. It is let's see, overflow x02. All right, in this div we have another div. Here we see py2 inline block. This is align block. We have mini width full. All right, the sm px6 and lg one px to be full. All right, so in this we have another div. In this we have another div, so we put that. In this one we want the overflow to be hidden. In this now we are going to create a table. This is the table that we're going to create. We have the class name here. In this table, we say the minimum width should be full. The table has two parts. We have the th and the t body. Okay, so the th, that is the header of the table. So t head rather. We have the t heads and the t body. Okay, so the class name here we want to have a border, the bottom. So border p. All right. So in this t heads, a t head will contain the t arrow. If you know how to build the table, that is how it is. So in the t arrow we have the th. All right, and in this th scope column and a class name, a class, we have the text will be sm small text, the font to be medium. The text color to be gray, 900, padding x6, padding y4, and the text to be on the left. Okay, so the text to be aligned on the left. This first th, what we have is this number sign. So that means it's the number of the index of the story that we want to show. Okay. And after that, we have another th. So we just copy and paste down here. Let's say duplicate it. Now here, instead of the number, we are going to say main image. That is the image of the post, main image. And we copy this down again. This around what we have, it is the title of the post. Okay, we copy it down. All right, so we have the comments. This is not the comment itself, but the number of comments, how many people have commented, so how many comments the story has. And also we put here the like. Okay, likes mean how many people have liked the posts. All right, so after the likes, or we take now the last one, that will be the action. It is in this action that we have the deletes and the updates. Okay, so we have actions. Okay, so this is the t heads. Okay, so after the t heads, we will build the t body. Okay, so we have the t body, that is the second part. That is where the data can place. Okay, the t head is just the header of the table, and the t body, well, that's where we have the data. So in the t head, what we are going to say, we say post. Okay, we are going to import post later, but for now let's do it like this: post map. Okay, post, and let's put it in the index of the post. All right, so we'll return this. How do we return now? We return a t arrow. That is the row t arrow. This t arrow, we have a class name. This class that we have here is let's say border b cursor to be a pointer. We want the cursor to be a pointer, and it should have a key. The key is the index. The key here is the index that we have here. So in this t arrow, we have how many tds. So let's finish this td. All right, so the td, the class, we have px6 py4, white space no wrap. So white space no wrap. Text should be a small text, so text xm, and the font should be medium. So medium. All right. And we want the text to be gray. So we'll say text gray 900. So what we have inside here, it is the index. The index. So the first TD will have the index of the story, and the second TD, it won't be the index. The second TD will contain the image. So we copy this down, and so we duplicate it. So we have here post.images, and we want the first image because one post can have many images. All right, so wait a minute, and like this, I have to put image there, img. Okay, so in the source now, let's see, you can paste this one here. Okay, all right, that is how it will be. Class name w10, that is the width, object cover. So we are going to add an onClick function. Say onClick. We want to have this function. Okay, it's done the correct place. So put it here. Okay, all right, that's why we're not working. So say this function. We want to navigate. So to do that, let us first of all create this variable called navigate. So say const navigate equal to use navigate from React router done. Okay, so see here, as we click this, we want to navigate to detailed page. We have here post. We enter this, we say post.slug. So that means that you can click on the picture of post and it will take you to detailed page. So after this TD, we copy that in the TD like this, and in this TD, let's remove the image because we'll not put the image in it. It is the title that we are going to put there. So say span, in the span, okay, post the title. Okay, so post the title, and if we click this one also, we want to do the same thing. All right, so after the title, let's break it down on this the TD again, copy it down, and here what we have, we'll remove this, or put the post dot comment count, that is the count of the comments that we have in a database. We copy this down also, and we write comment dot likes count. And we copy the last one down. Now here we have the different button. All right, so we have a div. Let's remove this one. We have a div here, two div. So in this div, we'll say flex margin left auto, margin left auto, and gap full. In this div, we want to bring in this icon. Okay, so we'll say FA reg edits. This one will report it for React icons. And another icon that we'll bring is AI fill deletes. Both of them will have class this. So class name, the class that we have here, we'll say tests, even though they will not have the same color. All right, so the first one will be green, that is for edits. And the second one will be deleting. Okay, so we are going to create, but the first one here, if we click here, so on click, let me copy this on click, even though we're not navigating to the same place, press it here, when you copy this on click, what we are going to edit page. So we'll say edit dash post ID. And the second one, we create a function that is called delete post. So this is the function that we are going to call, say delete post, and we enter this post dot ID. All right, so in our next video we continue. Thank you for following. Hello friends, welcome back. This is where we left off in our previous video. We're building this page. This page will only be accessed by administrator or moderators. All right, so what we are going to do, we are going to continue to build this page. Okay, we have not yet finished. So what we need to do now, let's remove this from here. Okay, and say create states const say post insert post equal to use state from React, and this will be an array. So first let's be an empty array, then we use effect, then we can go to fetch post from the database. So use effect has a callback function. So this is a dependency array. So let's create this function. We say const fetch post equal async. What we are going to do is const post equal await. So fetch post thing is not helping at all. Okay, post API. So we have fetch post. Okay, this function post. All right, in this it takes nothing on fetch posts. All right, so say set posts. Then we call this function here, say fetch posts. All right. And so what do we have here as a dependency? We don't have any. No, we have set posts. So we'll put here set posts. Set posts as a dependency. So this post now that we have here, that we are using here as in an array. So what we need to do now, we need to go back. We need to go to the app to add the route, the routes. And that said, this will be a private route. So we have it here. It is private routes. So we had it here. And even edit post will be there also. Okay, so the private routes. So here we are going to say posts. I hope we did it. We imported this successfully. Where is it? It looked like it was not imported. Let me try again. Okay. Now it's being imported. So we want this to be admin and our post. Okay. So this is the route. So we go to admin and post. We should get to that page. All right. So what let's see it if it is working. Okay. So there is an error, something that we have not imported. That is the icons. It is normal. Forgot to import it. So let's go and import this guy. So we have this one. Go to the top of the page. So see import from React icon. The icon FE. We also import the second one. What it is? What is it? AIF delete. Copy this. Go up again. Duplicate it and go. We have this one here. It will be AI. Okay, let's see if it works. Compilation take a long time. The computer is delete post. Oh yes, we didn't create a delete post function, and that need to be created also. So we are going to create the say const delete post equal this function. All right, and this will be async. All right, so for now we are not going to implement the function. All right, so we have this post, in this page admin.post. So we have these icons. This is for delete, and this is what edits. Okay, and you can even hide something there. Where is it? So that they will know it's for delete and edit. So here, do we have a title post? Yeah, title equal. Here is a edit post, for example, and here, and this one will write delete post. All right. So when you go back there, yeah. Also, so you see this pop up, delete, edit post, and delete post. So that's what we're talking about. All right. So we continue to verify this page in our next video. Hello friends, and welcome back. On this video now we are going to implement the delete function. So we have this function introduced. We say first of all we will say if confirm. That's a JavaScript function. It takes a string. Are you sure you want to delete this post? Okay, so if this is confirmed, if this is true, because this the confirm function returns a boolean. So if it is true, then we want this operation to take place. So what we need to do is say await delete post. Will you help me to, okay, that's it, this is it, delete post, and this should take post ID. All right, so what we need to do here, we need to add the ID here. So this ID will be deleted. We say post ID. So only if this is true, if the person accepts to delete, then this will be deleted. Okay, so window don't confirm. Okay, so S so return. Okay, so it should do nothing. So we come here, or it's deletes. Okay, all right, we already have the post ID here, so the function should take an ID. Okay, so say delete post by ID. So if this window does not confirm it is true, then the post will be deleted. If it is not true, then it will return. So let's go see if it is working as expected. So let's reload this. Let me see if this will be compiled successfully, which is yes, good. So let this page load so we can see how it works. All right, so for example, let me click on this. Okay, so I have this pop-up. Okay, so this is the message that we wrote to say, are you sure you want to delete this post? I say cancel, so there's nothing happen. Okay, let me try again. It appear and say, are you sure you want to delete this post? I say okay. Let's see if the deletion have taken place. Let's see if the okay, let's go. Welcome back, friends. In this video we are going to add up the ability for users to comment the post, to comment the story, because it's a new application. So let the user be able to comment, to give their opinion concerning a story that are being published. So to do that, we are going to create, let's go in the component folder and create another folder that we call comments. In this comment folder, we are going to create, where is comment? Okay, let's create comments. We will not create it successfully. So we'll say comments. So in this comment, let's create a component that we call create comments.js. All right, so we come here and they create comments, say wrath. All right, so what we are going to do in this create comments, we have 4 props here. We have submit comments. We have a test, that is a comment itself. We have set text, which are states. So test is a state, so set text is a state. Comment loading. Okay, so these are the props, comments. Let me spell this correctly. So what we have in here, this div, well, let's see, this div, we also class name, flex, item center, justify between. All right, so in this we have the first thing we have here is the test area. All right, in this test area we have like type is a tests type. Just test area needs type. Okay, value. The value is test. Unchanged will be set text. We will take e first. The targets, so e dot target dot what value. All right, so unchanged, the e dot target dot value. In the placeholder, we'll say write a test or write your comments. writes a comment. All right, the placeholder and the class. Let's remove this for now. Class name. We have a wind with the few rounded MD VX3 max with 80%. Okay, padding top 1 text MD BG gray 300, and when you are focused, we want the background to be white. The margin tops will be 3. All right, so here in the test area, after the test, that is a test area. After the test area, if the test dot stream, because it's a string, if there's a test, if the test it means that somebody tapped something in the test area, then we want to have this thing. All right, what we want to have here, we want to have a div. So in this div with the class, okay, you see on click. Okay, this one should not be here. Let's remove this equally. All right. Okay, so in this div, we will see if the comment loading it is not true, then we will have this. This comment loading is not true, or we will have this or this. In this one we have what? Div. We have this div. Okay, so this is cursor pointer, and we have here the on click that we just the on click. All right, in this now we should have this icon, which is IO send. Okay, in the size 20, in the color. All right, so we need to import this thing up there. Oh yeah, if it starts, let's write this first. We'll see like this, loading, simple like this. Now this we should add it to the page. That is where we should add it there. So let's go and look at pages, post. What do we have here? Edit post, add post, post details. Let me see what we get if it is all right here. So I'll put here what is a create comments. All right, it should have all the property, but we're not adding them yet. We'll add them later. Let's see first how it is, it will show. But the problem is we have not yet imported the icon that we added. I will send. Okay, that's the arrow that was shown here. So let's remove here and say import from React icons IO. Okay, let's see now. Okay, and see what we have if it works. So let's go. We have an error. This error, you see that cannot read property of undefined reading trim. The reason is that here in the create comments we have test.trim. Test is none for now, so we should put this question mark there. I hope there's no error again. All right, so this is what we have. So where is our test area? Our test area is somewhere here. So that means we didn't place it to in a right place. So let's go to post detail page and bring it up here. It's no longer here. So we have here write our comments. So this is where we should write our comments. We are not seeing this icon. So let me say tab. Set test is not a function. Okay, that is the reason is that create React has. You see, we have some props here. We have submit comments, we have tests, we have set tests, and we have loading comments. So we need to take care of that because we are not taking care of it. That's why it's showing that error. So we need to create this element. So what we go, let's say we'll create to the states. We'll see, let's go up there, up. All right, so here we say cons test set test equal to use states. Okay, which is it's an empty string. Okay, so test set test. What again? What do we have? Also, we have a, so we take this. Let's see, comments loading. Okay, so a comments loading in the set comments loading. The one you call our first. So we come down here, create comments. Create comment has submit comments, test set comment. Okay, so we'll create the submit comment later. So the test property is what? Test now property is prop. Yeah, yes, it's property. We have set test, which also is equal to set test, and comments loading equal to comments loading. You see if these are working first before we go to set test. Okay, so you see these are shown. So when you click this, now it will submit the data, but we have not yet created the submit. So handle create comments. So here we are going to say cons handle create comments equal async, and we'll return this. So here we say submit comments equal handle create comments. All right, so we have to create a Firebase function to create the comments in the database. So we do that in our next video. For now, this is what we have. So when we tap this, okay, but I don't want it to be this one to be way at the end there. Okay, you see, this is not correct. So let me go quick here. The create comments. Let's create comments. This will be no justify between. We only put gap of 5, and then go and see good. All right. Okay, so we continue next video. Thank you for watching. Welcome, friends. In this video, we are going to create a function connected database and they create a comment, for a given post. So what we need to do is to go to this API folder here, and we create another folder that we call comment. So say comments. Okay, in this comment folder, we create a file called comments.js. So here we are going to import. We have a array. Let's say first of all, let's call doc. Okay, to help us easily, let's say from Firebase Firestore. All right. So we have doc, we have collection, we have get doc, we have get docs, query, all coming from Firebase Firestore, set doc, and updates doc, and where. All right, with Firebase. So first of all, we are going to create this function. We say export cons create comment, one comment equal async. So this one will take the post ID. It's very much important, the comment itself, and yes, the comment itself. So it is all right like this. All right, so we do like this. Say try catch. All right, here I will say we say cons comment reference as usual. We say doc that will take a three arguments doc. We are going to create a comment array, let's say collection, and we want the comment dot ID here. So that is a comment reference, and the comment reference. We also need to create the post reference which is also equal to doc db posts and the posts id. All right, const, and we'll say const post equal to await get doc. We are going to doc by the post, that is a post ref. So we get a doc. Okay, we get a post. Now we say const. Okay, after that we'll say await set doc comment ref do comments. Okay, so this is the data, this is the comment reference. So we are going to create a comment like this. All right, and after that we also want to update the post. So we say update await update doc. So update doc will also take the post reference, and what we want to update. So what we want to update, the post has comments. Let me go and see to, let me go to Firebase. Sorry. Okay. So take this news app. Alright, we come to Firebase. Okay, so the post, only 3 posts I have here. The post at comments feeds. Okay, so this comments feed that we want to update it. So we'll say comment feed. We'll say there's a function in the Firebase called array union. Okay, so this array union, we want to add the comments on a post. Okay, and we also want to update the comment count. And we have a function that is called increments. Firebase firestore the number. By which number you want to increase? You want to increase by 1. Also, the comment count will be 1. Let me see comment counts. For now, comment count will be 1. So comment count. So you increase the comment count by 1 if you updates when you add a comment there. So that is how it is. So what do we? Oh, okay, I wanted to. Okay, let me remove this. It is not necessary now. So if there is a problem, we want this guy to throw an error. Throw the error. All right. So set comment to the. So we go back to create comments. Is it here? No, in the post detail. Okay. In the post detail, we have to create comments function that we have not yet implemented. Okay. So come here. Say try cache or here. So say set loading. Let's set comment loading equal true here. So as you click, we want you to go to database. We want you to go to the database and say create. How do we call it? Create comment. Okay, create comments. I hope it's imported CSS. Sorry. Okay. So create comment has how many? It has a post ID. So we have the post here. This is the post. So the post ID, and it also has the comments. The comment here is okay. We are going to construct the comments. So how do we construct these comments? But the first problem is the current user should be connected. We don't want somebody to comment or post while it is not register or log in. Okay, so okay, but we'll do that. For now, let's finish with this. Okay, so we want to construct the comments. So we'll say const comment is equal to this equal to test itself, the comment ID, the post ID, which is the post. He has commented by which will be the user. Okay, we are going to import that later. And also the username. Okay, and created at for now we'll take several times 10. All right, so we want to import first const get off, const off equal to get off, that we want to import for Firebase, the first thing that we have here. And we also want to import, say import from URD. That is, so what we want to import, wait a minute, let me see, I forgot. Let's go to add post. We use it from here. Okay, v4. Okay, let's copy this one. I already forgot, how to use that. Okay, come here. Okay, we replace it v4 as UID. So what do we say here? Okay, so this here we'll say const comment ID equal to UID. Let's say function. Then so post ID ID commented by will be the auth dot current user. The username will be the auth dot current user dot display name. Okay, display name. So let's put display name, and what we have comment ID is already here. All right, so in this create comments, the first argument is the post ID, and the second argument is the comment itself. So the comment just creates comments. All right, so this comment I just created, what we'll put here. All right, so we'll come back and we will continue. But first of all, let's cut off. After creating this, we'll say set comment to false. Set comment to false. Here and here. You see console log error dot message. If there's an error, here we'll say but before that, the user should be logged in before it is able to create a comment. That's the first condition. So what we need to do, let's take all this thing and we say if of that current user is true, that means it's registered, so it should do all this stuff. As if it is not registered, it should be redirected to the registration page. Let's say login page. So I don't know whether we have no, we don't have it yet. So create it, say const navigate equal to use navigator from React router. Okay, that will allow us to navigate from one page to another. So what we are saying here, if the user is not logged in, then you want to add the message, or let's say comments, then it should be redirected to log in. After you are logged in, it will come back and create its comments. So what we are going to say, we'll say as navigate to login. Let me see if that is correct. Login. Okay, all right. So if you try to add a comment and you are not yet logged in, then it will direct you to log in so that you can come and add your comments, because we don't want a comment that has no owner. Okay? Every comment should have the name of the person who comments and also its ID. Alright, so that is very much important. Okay. So we have this. So let's go and try it and see if it works. For now, we don't have the comment collection. We have posted the user collections. So we go to here, we reload this and see if it will work. Alright, so let's write CC. This is the first comment. Send it. I don't know why it's working or not. Let's see what cannot read property of undefined reading index of. That means there's a problem. Okay, so what is that problem? Let's go and see. What is the problem? Let's go here. The comments collection was not created. We have comments. We have comments count, images. That means something does not exist. That's why it means simply. So let's go and see comments, create comments. And we're now here in the API. Where is this API? Hello friends, welcome back. We are having issue with our create comment components. So let's go. The first thing is that this news app is not our app. The app is Glory Info. Okay, so what we are doing, we added comments there. We unknown to us. The comment was added there. Okay, what we need to do, let's first of all remove this first, So remove this collection, comments. Let's remove this collection first. Okay, let's delete this collection. Alright, so that was the first issue. The second issue is when you go to this database, we look at the posts, and this post has a comments fields. But here what we have, let me see this comment. We have comments. It should be comments. Alright, so these are the two major issues. I think these are the issue that was preventing us from creating our comments successfully. So now since we have done that, let us go back to let's go here and now add our comments. So we say this is the first comments. So we'll see 15. We say function union call with invalid data several timestamp can only be used with updates and sets. Okay, so this function is giving problem, which is a timestamp. Okay, where is it? This one. So we are going to replace this with dates.now and see. Okay, dates.now. To compare, and then we go back there now. Let's go see first if this not be created. We reload this. Okay, the comment was created. But the post could not update. So here we have 0 comments. It's not updated. Here we have 0 comments. It's not updated. 0 comment. This one has 1 comment. Okay. So the thing is successful. I don't know why it is saying all these things. So we have the created at dates. Oh, I think that is the one I created when I was, looking for the error. Okay. So I think that is the one that, so, okay. So let's just choose a title that we know that which comments we are dealing with. So this one has no comments, and the title is Tyre Nichols Funeral Service is. So that is what we are going to work on. So we have to replace this with this.now. So let's go to the home page and look for this title. Okay, this one. Okay, this one. So we know this one has no comments. The comment count is 0, and this is an empty array. So we come here now and say this is my first comment. So if launch it now, loading, see loading. Okay, loading finished. So we go back here, die now. This is okay. You have now the comments. You have this comment added in the comments array, and you have this comment count, it says 1. All right, comment count is 1. That means the comments are being successfully added, and you have this comment array. There's a collection. So you have a comment. This is my first comment. This is the first comment I will read. This is the first comment. Okay, but the one we just created is, this is my first comment. That is the right comment that I created in the second place. So this is my comment that we created just now, and we created here on this post. All right, so this post has done this one. You should count on this one either. Oh wow, I think it is this one. The title was what? Mali? No, it's the title will be Apollinaire. No, this one. The title is Biden. Yes, avec, I think the first post. Okay, see, this is, yeah, Tailwind. Okay, Tailwind. Alright, so there's a post here, one post, and this stuff. Okay, so we have successfully created the post. Now what we need to do is to call the comments. Okay, so when we call a post, we want the comments of that post to also display. All right, so the user is this user. This is the title, the post ID. Okay, created at and commented by, and all right, so let's remove this and go back and create. So we continue to do that. We create a component that will show the different comments created on that text, let's say on that post story, and so that's what we are going to do when we come next. Thank you for watching. See you later. Welcome friends. This video we are going to create the API in the back end to fetch the comments of a given story that is being read by a user. So let's go to the API folder. Yes, we are API to the comments of file. All right, so we are going to create here another function. We have create comments. Say export const fetch comments. AC. Alright, so this one will take the post ID because we're not going to fetch all the comments of the database, but the comments of that post. Okay, so we'll start with trying catch so that we throw the error. Client const comments ref equal to collection. Now you see we are using collection. So database db in the comments collection. Okay. So I will say const queue because we want to use the query because we want to fetch the comments that have the same post ID as the post ID that we have passed. So say comments ref, this one, comment ref, where this will take 3 arguments. First of all, here the feeds post ID. The comparison is equal in the element that will be compared to the post ID that will enter here as an argument. Okay, so say const comment equal to await get docs. Print docs you are getting. So it is this queue. This queue is a carry snapshot. Okay, you say not any because yes, say carry snapshot. So comments equals to await get comments. That we have here is a okay. This is the query snapshot. And this that we get from the database. Now, so we're going to return this thing. We say comments dot docs. If there's an error, I'm going to throw this error to the view. Okay, so error is that error I guess here, and we use a use effects to fetch the comments. Let's see, const fetch comments equal to async. All right, so here we'll say wait, what comments equal to await data equal to await fetch comments and take an ID, post ID. So post dot ID. After you are done this, we want the set comments to the data. We want to call the fetch comments. Here he has no arguments, and you don't forget dependency array. So here we have post, which is a dependency, post, which is a dependency, and set comments, which is another dependency. All right, so the use effect will run if one of these guys, the dependencies, changes. Okay, so this is what we have. So we come here before the create post, we say if comments are present, so comment.length is greater than 0, and only then you will break in the comments. We do first comments, and it has a list of comments, or he has a comment. He has a comment. So here you will take this comment. So comments equal to so you see comments dot map comments in the index. Now we take this div and put isa here. All right, in this div should have a key. The div is the key is the index, and this comment should be equal to this comment. All right, so let's see what we have. Error. What this error says: Firebase function were called with invalid data feeds undefined. Which feed is that? That does not exist. It's the post ID. In its comments, post ID. The comment does not have a post ID feed. That's what you say. Okay, let's go there and see it for ourselves. Comments, we have comments ID. Oh, okay. Okay, you have to, okay, dot data, so that's, we didn't do that. Okay, so we do have that, that's what we did, that's what it's giving for. Okay, this is the data. We have post, username, so what is he talking about again? Is this chat at is not a function? Okay, chat at is not a function. Okay, let me remove the chat as and see what is this when saying chat at is it chat at blah. Okay, but this is it here, but I don't know why it's the chat at. Oh, the chat at. Character at, and chats. Good. This is it now. So the text should be white. Right. Alright. Yeah, good. So this is our comments is being shown. Alright, so thank you for watching. Hello friends, and welcome back. In our previous video, we were able to display our comments for this post, okay? But what we only do is, as we create a new comments, for example, let me see, this is the second comment. We type comment correctly. Oh my God. And press. Alright. It is created, but we are not seeing any comment to display. And this is still in the states. So what we need to do now, we want to display the comments and to remove this here, clearly things. Okay, that's what we want to do. So let's go back to Visual Studio Code. So in this page, post detail, we have the states here, comment, set comments, and we have this function that says handle create comments. So what we need to do, first of all, let's remove this from here. After the create comments, we need to set the states by saying here, after create the comments, what do we do? So after creating the comments, we say set comments a preview value 1, 2, 3 preview and the comments. Good. So we want the value that are in the comments there and to add the new comments that is added, the set comments. So let's go and see it if this is working. And after that, after you have created the comments, what is the comment? It's a real comment. We want the test to be null. So say set test. You got empty string. All right. So when you go back now, we have seen the second comments. Okay, that's what we created, but it didn't show. So let's create the third comment. This is the third comment in press. Alright, so as soon as it's created, it can be added straight here without the dead comments, and this is empty. Okay, and later on we need to style this, the comment to be different from this, the name of the person who do the comments. Okay, we need to start this and to appear correctly, but for now we are going to stop here. We continue that in our next video. Thank you for watching. Hello friends, welcome back. In our previous lesson, we created a comment API. What we are going to do now is to add like a API to the website. So what we need to do is to go to API. There's an API folder. We have a post. In a post API, we are going to add a function that is called like post. All right. So we'll come here and we see export cons like post CSS. Then this one will take two arguments. You have the post ID and the user ID. Okay, so the post ID and the user ID. Let me correct this typo first. So first we see const post ref is equal to that, like sure. We have been doing this over and over. Database, we go to the posts collection and we use the post ID, so to have the post that we want to comment on. All right, so we'll say const posts is equal to await get doc from Firebase Firestore, and we put the post ref that we just got. All right, so what we have here, it is a post. Okay, and we also want to say create user has liked. All right, so this is a post dot data. Okay, so that is the data. Okay, so that data has a feed name, which name is likes. All right, so we want is the index of user ID in that field. User ID. That means let's go to, we have this in a Firebase Firestore. We have this posts. Okay, the post has a feed. You have comments. You have description. And you also have. So we have this feed. The likes is an array. Okay. So what we are saying is that if in this array of like, if there is the user ID in this array, that means that the user has liked that story, that post. So you can like the same post 2 times. Okay, so if it is present, if the ID of the person, of the user is in this array of likes, it means he has already liked it. So if the index, so that is why we are going to look for the index of this user ID. Then if the user ID, the index of this user ID is -1, that means that it does not exist. Okay, user has not yet liked But if it is other than -1, like 0, 1, or 2, or 3, whatsoever number greater than 0, then it means that the user has already liked that post. So see, now we see count. No, let's leave it count here. So we say if user has liked is equal to -1. All right. So if equal to -1, because the index of an array of objects in an array give you -1, that object does not exist in the array. Okay. So it say if user has like equal to -1, that means that the user have not yet like. So in that case, what do? We are going to update the posts. Okay, so we'll say await update doc like this. We'll the post ID in post ref. This is the post ref, and we enter the data that we want to update. Okay, so what we want to update here is a like array. So we say likes and you say array union, okay, and we enter the user ID. So that means if the user has not yet like, this user ID will be added to this like array. All right, and we also have likes count. Okay, the likes count, we have increments. Let's say increment 1. All right, so if the like count is 1, if the user has like, the like count will increase by 1. Okay, it will increase by 1. All right, we'll say else first. Before else, we want to return true here. Okay, so else if user has not has already liked, then we also update the post. So we say await update doc, the same thing. All right, the posts are a post ref that we want to update, and the data that we want to enter. So it's the likes, and this time around we say array remove user ID. That means the user has already liked. So if you click that button again, then in this case we want to unlike it. We want to remove the like from there. The user does not want to like it, and the like counts will be increments -1. Instead of 1 will be -1. Okay, and it will return false. Good. So it is the API in the back end. That is how we can like, and so let's go to here. Okay, in our next video we are going to use this function in the front end in a view. Okay, so this is the back end. So hello friends, welcome back. Then in this video we are going to use the like API that we created in the back end. So what we are going to do here is to create a state like state, or say const like, or set likes is likes, and set likes equal to use states. All right, so this is the empty array, or let's say like, okay, let me singular like and it's like, okay, let me a boolean false. So then after that we create another state. We call it like count, and set like count, and the initial value should be 0. All right, this is not 0. Say oh. So after that, then we'll create here. We have a use state, a use effort. We'll add another use effect function here. So say use effects. You can create as much use effects as possible. So here, let's put our dependency array here. So what we are going to say here is simple. Okay, we are going to say that if, because we already have a post here, so we'll say post dot likes index. Oh god, what is this? Index of let's say of dot current user dot uid. Okay, so it's equal to, or it's not equal to -1. Okay, then what do we do? Come here, we'll say set like to true. So set like to true, and set like count, say posts dot like counts. Remember that post have the like count feeds. Okay, as is -1 on the right, now 1 minus. Okay, as set like become false. Okay, and this is is the same thing. Okay, this one. All right, when the page loads, this use effect will run. Okay, and it will fetch. Let's go. It will check the posts. If the likes of the posts contain this user's UID, it means that the user has already liked this post. Okay, but if it does not contain this user UID, it will be equal to -1. In that case, set like will be true. Okay, that means he has like. This is not not equal to -true. That means that he has liked the post already. So set like will be true, and set like count is number of the likes that is in the post. Okay, so this is what we have. So what we are going to do now is to have the button there. Okay, so in the here, let's go after this, before this place. What is this? Okay, here you can see an error here. What is it? It's expected 60. Okay, so here we have the, which one is the, let's say off. You see what off dot current user dot uid. Okay, well, again is a dependency that we should add there. Okay, it's also post dot like. What again? Okay, this is our dependencies that the array is the React is telling us about. Let's copy this and add it straight. Okay, I'm not going to tap this. All right. What again? Okay, now it is okay here. So we go here after before create, before here category. Let's go up small. Before the edits here, we had a div here that we, okay, the div that will be start later. So what we say here, we say like, if like is true, we want to return this. If it's not true, we want to return this. Okay, so what we want to return here is an icon. We say MD favorites, MD favorites. Okay, MD favorites. After the MD favorites, which are the class name, test. It's test right 800. What are you going to pink? Test pink 800. Okay, to XL cursor to be a pointer. Okay, and on click equal to this function. We are going to call it a handle like. We are going to create this function later. Okay, so if user has done like, we are also going to return this is MD outline favorites border, and we should also have this class. Even though this time around it is, we want to be okay. Yes, we have these classes, and the on click also use this function. And let's import this two icon from React icons. We say import from React icons, and this is what FBN. Let me see. MD, that is material design. So we have MD favorite, and we have MD outline favorite border. This one. So this is what we are used. So for now, nobody has liked this post. So normally what should show is this one. So let's go and see what we have there, if it is working. Okay, let me send this. This we have. Oh, okay, I forgot to create these functions. So we go up, tap there and create these functions. We have cons handle like. Now link is equal to, okay, so we have created now. Let's see have an error, like count. Oh god, like count. What do we have left counts here? 28. What is it? Oh, no error. There's a warning. So let's go and see. So this is what we have, okay, because nobody has liked. So what we want to do, and we click this, we want it to be filled, okay, and we know that somebody has liked it. So we'll do that in the next video. Thank you. Okay, welcome. In this video we are going to work on this handle like. Okay, this should be first of all a sync, because it is going to the back end, so it should be a sync. So how we'll say the first try cache. All right, we say if current user, do you have current user? No, we are not. This structure is so say off dot current user dot uid is true. If this is true, we want to say cons is liked is equal to a weight like post that we have here. All right, that takes post ID and also the current user UID. This like this. This post will return a boolean. Okay, so this is like will be either false or true. Okay, so we'll say if it's like is true, we want set like counts to increase by 1. So we say like count plus 1. If that is not the case, we want set like counts. Want a like count to decrease by 1. Say like count minus 1. So that's what we are going to do. And if the user is not registered, mean as the UID is false, then we should navigate away from this page, go to the off page, login page rather, the login page, so that the user will be able to log in. It's not here, sorry. We have if here, so s, so we'll put here use navigate. Now here we say log error dot message. So if the user click this button, if a user click the button, the icon, we want this function to run. All right, so this function we go to the database. You know, we have a like post database there that will go like post in the back end. Okay, that takes 2 arguments: the post ID and the user UID. All right. So as you can see it here, if the user has already liked the story, then it will be unliking. That means it will be saying that I don't like it again. But if he has not liked, he click the button, it means that he want to like. In this case, we are adding the ID in the like array. If not, here we are removing the ID in the like array. So let's go and try it. With this, let's reload this so we can be sure that everything is working normally. Okay, let me see if this has auto loaded. Yes, compilation is complete. All right, okay, so we need to add a loader here. So this is the button. Let's open the console and see if we have an error. We'll know what the error is about. Okay, so I click this. Normally it should turn red. We have not seen anything. Okay, let me reload it again. Okay, now it is red. Okay, it is red. But as we click, it is not turn red. But it is red. That means that user has liked this post. So let me go and see. Well, I don't know which post it is. Post is this. Let me see the title. Apollinaire Joachim essay. Okay. So let's go and look at this for Apollinaire Joachim. Apollinaire Joachim. Hurry up. Apollinaire Joachim. Title. No, it's not this one. Apollinaire Joachim. This is not this one either. Apollinaire Joachim. It's not this one. What it is up to the last. Okay, this is it here. So okay, we can see now the post the like array. We have this user ID. Okay, the user ID is there, and we see the like counts have increased to 1. All right, and this user ID is which user? It's the, I think it's this user. Okay, it's this user. It's a admin. Okay, so this is, that means that it is working. So in our next video, we are going to continue this API in our website. Thank you. Okay, welcome. So in our previous video, when we click this button, the user like the post, but it does not turn red right away. So we need to correct that. First of all, let's go here in the handle like. The way we wrote this, let's change this way we wrote it. Let's say, for example, if it's liked, then we'll put more than one statement here. So take this, put it here, and also up here we have set like equal to true. So say set like equal to s. Take this, so remove this now. Say this, add it here. This one, we copy it here, we put it here. You say set like equal to what? False. So let's go and see it now. Normally, if it works as expected, as we click, we will remove. Let's go and try. All right, you see the thing as is toggle. So let's go see in the database. So this is the, what is it? Okay, this is it here. Now we have like it is empty, it's 0, and the count is 0 now. That means the user has unlike. Okay, so if I click again, it turn red. We go back, we see. So we have here. Okay, so we have this user ID. So let's go back and click again to see what are the user ID will go. So I click. All right. So we go back here now. Okay, so this is the story, and it is empty. In the like count is 0. All right, so what we need to do now here, where we have like and like. Okay, here say class name will be flex. Okay, item center gap 2, and the margin left to be 2. All right, so this is this one. We want to have another one here. We'll say if like count is greater than 1, we want this, or we want this. What do we have here? Here we have a span. In a span, we'll have the like count. All right, so like count, likes. We also have another span here. We'll see like count, like. Okay, that's it. If it is more than 1, so we're using the plural here. If it is done, we're using singular here. Okay, that's what we are doing. I'm going to see it's compiling. It's finished compiling first. Okay, compilation is finished. So we have now, for now, we have 0 like. Let's see if it is true. We have 0 like. Okay, let's go and why am I again? And click here. Okay, we have 1 like. All right, we have 1 like. And if we go in the database, we have 1 like. Okay, we also want to add the number of comments here. Okay, we know how many people have commented or how many comments this post has. All right, and we do that in the next video. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. In this video, we want to show the number of comments that a story has, or let's say a post has. Okay, so this is very simple. We have here in comment here where we have here in this use effect, not this one. All right, in this use effect, we fetch the comments for this. All right, according to our API here, we see fetch comments and we enter the post ID, that means that the comment that we have here is the comments of only one post. All right, so that is what we are going to use. So we will get a number of comments here. So this comments, we have a states, we have comments and set comments. So what we need to do, we are going to look for the length of this comments. Very simple. Okay, so we go down there where we have this guy here. We have it before the closing tag, we add a div here. Okay, and what do we say about that? Here we say comments dot length, comment dot length, comment. All right, so comment. So for now, you see compiling. After it compile, we will see a change here. So we have 0 comments. Okay, we could also write in a way that we respect singular or plural. Okay, but let's leave it like that. Okay, if you want to do it, you can do it the same. If you can say, for example, if a comment dot length is greater than 1, then you add s. If it's not greater than 1, you don't add s there. It's simple to do. You can just look at this one. Okay, so here we have 0 comments because nobody has commented. So let's try how it will be. So this is, so let's try and see how it will be. So we say this is the comments for this post. Not the comment, this is a comment. Let's say a comment. This is a comment for this post. So let us send it. It's loading. The comments are being added. So this is a comment, and we are having here 1 comment. Okay, so it's working. Okay, you see, let me add another comment and see. If I say okay, we have 2 comments. So 2 is written here. Let's see. Okay, this is working correctly. And if we go in our database, this same story, we have 1 like because it's one person can like only 1 time, can like 2 times. That's why. And we have the comments. We see you have a comment count equal to 2. All right. So, oh, what is this? Comment count equal to 2. And we'll look at the comments array. Let's see the comment array here. We have these comments and we have these comments. All right. So that means here we can either use comments.length or we can use post.comments. But what is ideal is this, because this can update live. So we continue to build this website in our next video. Okay, we are going to try to star all those things. Okay, so if they appear nice, it won't be like this. For example, the name should be different from the comments. Okay, and also here it should be nice. Okay, and there should also be a margin under here. You should not stick it like this. All right, so we'll do that in our next video.